All right, creatures of the night, welcome to episode 80 of Talking Taker, our encyclopedic exploration digging up the career of the greatest professional wrestling character of all time. My name is Alex Dorio, and I want to thank you for joining us for yet another round of Dead Man Talking. We are digging up the dead man. We are picking on Booger Red right here on Talking Taker, going through the dead man's career, and I am joined, as always, by my fellow creature of the night, my tag team partner, my wrestling buddy, the head booger picker, Mr. Travis White. And Travis, I've been waiting weeks to ask you this question, but are you finally ready to bury the Alliance tonight as we talk about Survivor Series 2001?
Oh man, it's a little bittersweet. I'm ready, but kind of not ready. But I'm ready. Ready, not ready. Is that a thing?
That's a thing.
I'm kind of ready.
Yeah.
Just the crying, not crying is a thing, but I think ready, not ready, that's my new thing. So I'm trying to start that.
Well, I mean,
yeah, I'm ready because we're kind of sifting through the turds here, but I'm also not ready because, well, man, I've just been a lot of little golden gems to talk about. We got the Highlight Canyon and DDP's a stalker, and we got to kind of give talk about some guys that are underutilized talent and that we're big fans of. So I'm sad to see that go away, but we might revisit some of them in the future.
It's true. Yeah, we had fun talking Booker T last week, and got to talk about the hurricane and the Hurricycle and all that. But I mean, how do you honestly feel? Going behind the scenes here, you can hear your daughter on your shoulder here a little bit. But how do you feel about some of your daughter's first memories possibly being us talking about the invasion on this podcast? She's joined us. You feel any shame about that?
Absolutely no shame. No, okay. None at all. She's already got a onesie that says "Who Better Than Canyon?" So totally kidding. I wish she did, but she does have a Talking Taker onesie. So.
She does. But that's the best one you can have. tpublic.com.
Absolutely, she bought one with her money. The toothbrush money she hasn't had yet. Anyway, no. Yeah, man, no, it is funny how I can show her these episodes when she's older and be like, look, that's you. Crying in the background because we're talking about the invasion.
Our third youngest co-host on there.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, speaking of outfits, I don't know if you can tell, Travis, I've got my vintage Sting shirt on, ready for the show tonight, since, talking about what never happened here in the Alliance, or what could have made it better. Sting, or Stang, as Heath Slater calls him, on the Major Wrestling Figure podcast. He was a guest last week.
Stang?
Stang. That's his favorite wrestler going.
Like Mustang?
Yeah, like Mustang, exactly.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's hilarious. But speaking of Sting, he is going to be one of the featured performers at this big event coming up in May called Starrcast. Starrcast 2, that is. It's a big fan event convention, that's right. Presented by Conrad Thompson. It's going to be surrounding the All Elite Wrestling Double or Nothing weekend. And there's also some pretty big news about another man who's going to be joining him at that convention. None other than the dead man himself, The Undertaker. We got to talk about this before we get into anything, Travis. The big news of the week. Unbelievably, it's not WrestleMania related here as we're entering Mania season. So, I mean, we talked a little bit about some of this last week, and I guess we were proven wrong maybe a little bit about our predictions about The Undertaker, but what do you kind of make of this huge move of The Undertaker appearing at Starrcast 2?
Well, I was listening back to our episode last week, so it's funny, we talked about him, not having any WWE affiliated stuff, and technically, if you listen to the interview with Conrad Thompson on Busted Open, this is not an AEW affiliated thing. It just... it's just happens to be at the same place. Just like WrestleCon is not affiliated with WWE, but they have all these legends come there. And these legends have in their legends contracts and stuff that they can do outside appearances, usually, as long as they're approved. That's why you see Shawn Michaels, Kevin Nash doing these nights with the NWO during WrestleMania weekend and stuff. But, I think it's really cool. It's a really big coup for Conrad and Starrcast Promotions or whatever it is, and it's going to be, I think it's going to draw a lot of fans, and dude, Sting's going to be there too. Like, that's just, even if they just tease some kind of confrontation, that's going to be awesome for fans, and I'm just predicting right now that Undertaker's line will be the longest line of all the lines there, so.
Without question, dude. You're exactly right.
Because he doesn't do these.
He doesn't, no. He's doing one overseas as well. I can't remember what the promotion is for, but he's doing a couple of them. But he has not done these in a very long time. He's only just now starting to do them. And, I know the fee to get an autograph is going to be pretty hefty, but it's a pretty rare autograph to get. It's a pretty special it's a pretty special experience, so I think it could be justified. I think it'll be interesting to see if he's going to end up doing any of these like stage shows and podcast things that they do at Starcast, or if it's just going to be a signing. That would definitely be awesome to see, and if they're allowed to broadcast that and stream that, because I know they did that with the last Starcast as well.
Oh, yeah, with the Fight TV app or whatever.
Yeah. But
well, one thing too, listening to Conrad talk is just to clear things up with the timeline of his Undertaker's social media. Conrad says that it was back in December when he got Taker's number from Bruce. He texted Taker, and Taker's like, "This is not how I do business. Like, here's my booking agency and stuff." So and that's about the time you saw Taker either come on Twitter or research on Twitter or Instagram. Like, it was in December, and so that's when he put his booking thing on there. And again, everybody just overlooked the fact that there was no WWE affiliation, and now they're like, "Oh, he removed him." No, he put him on there. This was probably the catalyst for that, in my opinion. Probably he was like, "Oh, hey, I'm starting taking these bookings. I'm open for more and stuff too." So and it's not jeopardizing anything with his WWE affiliation, because Ric Flair he's Conrad's father-in-law, for God's sakes, and Arn Anderson was at Starcast 1, Sting was at Starcast 2, Bret Hart, they're all legends for WWE, and they have legends contracts, so don't worry, guys, he's not going anywhere.
I mean, and in addition to that, you've got guys like Goldust, who does a lot of these things.
Right.
He's still on the roster. Kane, Undertaker's brother, is the freaking mayor of Knoxville, and he still
has
wrestles.
A wrestling school.
Yeah.
And he has a wrestling school. Yeah, Seth Rollins has a wrestling school. The Dudleys have a wrestling school. It's fine.
Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder have their own podcast, and it's not WWE affiliate at all. They sell their own shirts on Pro Wrestling Tees.
Exactly.
And I think Tyler Breeze and Ty Dillon, they have like a Twitch thing, and they sell shirts off that. It's there could be more. We never know. We'll have a wait and see approach. It could lead to something else, but like you said, man, he's still affiliated with the WWE. I don't know. Maybe it throws things into question a little more now, but I would still bet money on Undertaker being some part of WrestleMania this year, even though we're a few weeks out, because I was looking back, and last one he missed was WrestleMania 2000, and that was 19 years ago. And so he's been at 19 WrestleManias in a row. And like we said before, the last year, 2018, was his most active year in a long time. So I would be pretty shocked if he doesn't have some sort of involvement in Mania this year.
Right. Exactly. And we don't know if he could be Hall of Fame bound. We have no idea. As of this recording, we've heard about DX, so you never know. That could be his thing this year too. But and I'll say the same thing. I'll echo the same thing I said the other week, is that if he didn't leave Vince during the Monday Night Wars, he's not leaving right now to go to AEW, excuse me. So, in fact, they got Jericho. Jericho's their one star guy they need. Everybody else, they're all about building fresh new talent and stuff. They're not in for looking for, Sting versus Triple H matches and stuff like that. They're not in it for that. So,
but some guys are going to tease it. Young Bucks are already teasing it on Twitter.
That's fine.
It'll be fun season of working the marks here.
Absolutely.
Mark working the marks.
No doubt. The mark.
What? Well, here's the most important part, man. Let's throw the gauntlet down we already heard Jeremy Bagley, one of our followers, say he's going to try to have a Talking Taker shirt on if he meets Undertaker. I'm going to throw a challenge out to any of our creatures of the night out there. If you go to any of these conventions, Starcast or the one in the UK, wherever, if you meet The Undertaker, you get a picture with him in one of our Talking Taker t-shirts, any of them, and all available at tpublic.com. We will send you something special. I don't even know what it is yet. We're gonna, me and you, Travis.
It'll be so special.
We got to work on something, maybe a special T-shirt that's not available for sale, or a pin, or something. I don't know. We're an official punk card. We'll come up with something.
We'll pull your punk card.
Yeah. You get that picture, and we will be forever indebted to you, and we will do something special for you. All right, there's a challenge, creatures of the night.
There it is. And we'll stand by that. Don't worry.
Absolutely, and not just the first one. You know, anybody who does it will do something for you, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, all right. Enough talking about 2019. It's time now to take the time traveling motorcycle all the way back to 2001 and talk finally about the Survivor Series. We got a jam-packed show. We got 4 weeks of build-up and some crazy stuff going on here in these final few weeks of the invasion. We're going to try to cram it in under the wire here and not have a marathon show like 3 hours like the last one. But it's going to be a long one because we are, after we talk about the build-up, going to do a watch-along of the actual Survivor Series main event because there's so much to cover in it. It's a fun match, and neither one of us have seen it in a very long time, so it'll be fun to revisit it. We've enjoyed doing that for the Royal Rumbles, and we thought this one would fit well with that. Y'all bear with me because I've caught Travis's cold somehow over the airwaves from last week, but I'm going to power through it here. And we're going to, like I said, enough talking. Well, we're going to do a lot more talking, but enough rambling. Let's get back to 2001. And Travis, you can take us to the night after No Mercy here as we do all the build-up, and then eventually we'll give you the time cue for the actual watch-along here when we get to that.
Sounds good, man. Well, this is Raw 439, October 22nd, 01, and opens up the show. And I just want to say, apparently, all it takes for Vince and Linda to get on the same page again. You know, they've been feuding in and out of love for the last 2.5 years on WWF television. And all it takes to get him back is being tired of this alliance crap, to quote Vince McMahon. He says, they come out hand in hand, and he says,
I've had it with this alliance crap, this invasion crap.
One of my favorite Vince quotes ever.
It's a shoot comment. That
exactly.
was not.
We all were. We are right now.
That was not a working comment. That was a shoot comment. He's just done with this. You can tell he's checked out. He's done. He just eloquently put it that way. I just love it. And so, yeah, Vince and Linda come out top of the show, and he's basically says he's been sitting home for the last 2 minutes, and he's sick of it, and yada, yada. And he basically challenges Stephanie and Shane to a winner-take-all traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series match in 4 weeks at the pay-per-view. And to make a long story short, they go back and forth, and then they accept the challenge. They'll put it all on the line, their company against his, and they've got so much invested in it, and their whole livelihood's invested. We'll hear that ad nauseum throughout this build-up.
Oh, yeah. Well, at what point do you think
that's the main event?
At what point do you think they finally decided to just call it quits on all this? Because clearly, I mean, we know the original plans were to split off into 2 separate brands and to have WCW take over one of the shows, and then obviously...
Right, because Vince and Linda were going to get a divorce, right?
Right, that was part of it way back when, and then ECW was brought in, and it felt like so much of this was just, you know, being booked week to week. When do you think they finally were just like, screw it, I'm tired of this crap?
I don't know, because imagine they'd have hung on for just 3 more months when the NWO injects the poison, right?
Yeah.
I mean, 3 months. This has already been like 5 months, or no, 7 months since Shane, quote unquote, bought WCW. Like, they couldn't have held on for 3 more months when the NWO came in. Like, I don't know. It's just weird to think about. I wonder if it was just, honestly, it was probably this morning, like the morning of this show.
Yep.
Vince is like, I'm sick of this. We got Survivor Series. This company makes sense. Let's do it. So, honestly, probably what happened.
I wouldn't be shocked.
I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked about that at all.
Well, yeah, the McMahon siblings accept the challenge, and this is also the night we talked about DDP, and he actually re-debuts in the ring, not just on screen, and he gets buried by a familiar face, who's Kane, who comes out and chokeslams him.
Just can't escape him.
Nope, can't escape the Brothers of Destruction. Well, speaking of that, the Brothers of Destruction are going to take on TNT, old Test and Booker T, for the 3rd time in 5 weeks in a tag team match, playa. But again, you know what? I don't get tired of seeing it. These guys have good chemistry. I love when they wrestle.
Yeah, kind of weird chemistry, but it's good.
It's good stuff. It breaks down at the end. Taker gets thrown to the steps, and it's 2-on-1 in the ring. And Kane basically Test tries to pump handle, Test tries to pump handle slam, which was another one of his finishers I forgot about.
Yep.
He tries to do that, and Taker big boots him. And the way that like Test falls out of it is really cool. He kind of flips backward, and Kane picks him up straight into a tombstone and nails him with a tombstone, and the crowd just blows up for that because
Nice.
neither one of them have used a tombstone in a long time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. He hasn't used it since he's been back. Undertaker.
Yeah.
Since he's been the ABA.
Yeah, and Kane hasn't. He's been using that choke slam and that power bomb and stuff. So anyway, they use a tombstone and they win. So yeah, that's about it. That's all that happens.
Well, I guess Undertaker needed a breather after all that action because he's not on SmackDown on October 26th.
Huh.
He's MIA for this entire show. But the main storyline here is that the Alliance is continuing to fracture. They open up the show with it's very similar to that time where Stone Cold kind of chewed everybody in the Alliance out and made fun of Taz and Hurricane and all those guys. All of the members who lost on Raw on Monday night of the Alliance are beaten up and kind of quote unquote kicked out of the group, like Hugh Morris and Chavo Guerrero and some of these other guys. And then eventually there's a Alliance Battle Royal with everyone who's left. With the winner getting a title shot against Chris Jericho, and Booker T wins that. He loses to Jericho in a pretty good match. And then surprisingly, RVD actually ends up getting a win over The Rock, if you can believe that, in a hardcore match to retain his hardcore title. So we're going to see this a lot over the next few weeks, but Rob Van Dam was getting a heck of a push during this time.
Oh, absolutely. And it's so deserving, in my opinion, man. He was a star from day one, man. And again, I was a huge mark for him in ECW. I remember I had his friend at church that helped introduce me to ECW, because you and I watched more WWF and WCW, and this guy, Jared, he was a huge, big ECW mark, and he told me about RVD's year-long reign with the TV title, and I went back and watched a bunch of that crap, and I just became a huge fan of his. And to see him here and to see him doing well and getting a big push was, I know you and I both were huge fans of his. So
absolutely, yeah,
good stuff.
Was over like Rover.
Yeah, well, he's going to get more over here on some big names. So we're going to go on the Raw 440 on October 29th. So surprisingly, they didn't do like a Halloween theme or nobody wore a pumpkin on their head or anything like that they do nowadays. I'll never not see that. Luke Gallows with a pumpkin on his head. So, but anyway, this is kind of an eventful night. So I'll try to condense as best I can. But Raw opens up with Vince coming out, and he's got the entire locker room surrounding the ring, the entire WWF locker room. And strangely enough, when Vince walks out, directly behind him are Taker and Kane leading the whole flock down to the ring. So it's kind of neat that they're kind of the cornerstones again. Just what we've been talking about since episode 1. Taker is the guy on TV and not on TV. He's legit one of Vince's boys. So Vince says that Shane and Stephanie are going to pay for slapping their mom on SmackDown. And at Survivor Series, they're going to rid the world of the Alliance forever. And the crowd goes bananas. They love that. The crowd's like, yay! So Vince then introduces us to his Survivor Series team. He says, first of all, it'll be The Undertaker. Then he gets in the ring. It'll be Kane. Then WCW US Champion Kurt Angle. The WCW Champion and WWF Tag Team Champion Chris Jericho. And then the other WWF Tag Team Champion, The Rock. So Taker, Kane, Angle, Rock, and Jericho. That's a freaking team.
It's tough to beat right there. It's pretty stacked.
Yeah. That's a pretty good team, man. I don't know. But as we'll see here, it doesn't stay that way. But that's a pretty cool team. And Shane and Steph interrupt and basically tell Vince that there's a defector in the WWF, and they're going to defect to the Alliance right here tonight. And I'm looking at them right now. So this stirs up some controversy. Vince is kind of looking around at everybody and looking at everybody ringside and stuff, and that's basically the story that we tell throughout the night. There's a funny bit where Jericho's holding this meeting with all like the B list actors, or the B mid carders and C mid carders and stuff, and Kurt Angle, strangely enough. But he's giving this whole pep talk and stuff, and Rock comes in and he's like, "Who are you to lead this meeting?" Because they're kind of they're starting their feud, and they've had their feud started, but Jericho is slightly turning heel here, ever so slowly, and they kind of go back and forth. And Rock's like, "All right, meeting's adjourned," basically, kind of cutting off Jericho. And later on, we see Taker and Kane. They're going to have a match with the Dudleys, and as they're discussing it backstage, Jericho comes in. He's like, "Where the heck were you guys? I needed you guys there. You weren't at the meeting and stuff." And Taker says the same thing. He gets up in Jericho's face. He's like, "Who are you to lead the WWF? Like, I've been here for a decade. Like, he's at almost 11 years." But as he's kind of going off on Jericho, Kane pulls Taker back, and Taker gives him this like salty look, and he's like, "What are you doing, little brother?" He calls him little brother, which is great. Um, and Jericho and Jericho's like, "Well, I'm not insinuating that you're going to defect because you've been here for 10 years and everybody respects you in and out of the ring." He says, "I think it's Kane." We see Taker kind of look over his shoulder like, "Ooh," like at Kane, and the screen just goes black. So we get no real resolution in that scene. But
Man, Undertaker has some of my favorite backstage segments during this build-up. He's on
Oh, yeah.
fire on these backstage segments. It's so good.
I think he's just angry about the Chronic match still because his friends from WCW came over
He's
and
letting it all
blew
hang
it.
out. Yeah.
Blew it, so he's ready to get rid of this crap. So anyway, Angle's assuring Vince of his allegiance, and he thinks it's Austin's gonna switch basically, and he meets up with Austin, and Austin asks him to join the alliance, and Angle's like, "No, I think you're gonna have The Rock join." So that's the whole story of the whole night, and everybody's confronting everybody. I don't need to get into all of it, but they're all confronting everyone all throughout the night. And finally, Vince comes into Taker's and Kane's locker room, and he wishes them luck in their match tonight. And Taker's like, "I've been here almost 11 years, and I've never even received a kiss my butt from you. I'm not going to accept your good luck," which that's not true. Like, this is the guy that called you Mark on television, the guy who you were in cahoots with, the guy whose daughter you abducted, and you also feuded with him, and I mean, I don't know.
They have a very complicated relationship.
Yeah, they do. But anyway, I just thought it was a funny comment. So,
Yeah.
well, the Brothers of Destruction take on Dudley's for the WWE Tag Titles, and Heyman's like, "I think Taker's defecting because he's worked for Vince for 11 years. And he's sick of it because he gets no respect." So Heyman's just so golden, man. I love it. But Taker makes a save at the end and grabs Bubba to do old school, but as he does, Kane bounces off the ropes and crotches Taker on the top rope, and then it's accidental knocking his brother down in the Death Valley spot, and the Dudleys hit a 3D on Kane and pin him clean because 3D is the most over tag team finisher in history. Well, excuse me, Doomsday Device and 3D, in my opinion.
Yeah, equal,
unstoppable,
pretty much.
Yeah. Well, the main event of this night of Raw is a WrestleMania rematch with Vince and Shane in an ODQ match, and we get the usual spots. We get a coast to coast, and Vince moves and hits Shane with a trash can, and then TNT slide in the ring and start attacking Vince, and then Kane and Taker slide in and start attacking TNT, and then Taker hits the last ride on Test, I believe, and then Regal slides in and hits a Death Valley blow on Taker, and then he hits a neck breaker on him, which, I mean, again, that's his finishing move. He's getting over, and then Rock slides in. Rock bottoms Regal. Austin slides in, stuns Rock. Angle slides in with a chair, and then Jericho comes out right behind him, and Angle turns around and smacks Chris Jericho with a chair.
Oh, no.
There he is, the turncoat. Old Judas himself.
Benedict Angle.
Benedict Angle, exactly. He smacks Jericho, smacks Rock, smacks Taker, and then smacks Kane, and so he is defected. He is the mole that was defected to the Alliance on the same night. And Austin then stuns Vince and puts Shane on top of him so they get the win. And the Team WWF are all laying down, just selling those chair shots. And Angle, Austin, and Shane are raising their arms in victory. And I remember this episode of Raw because finding out Angle was a defector. But I remember, like, they telegraphed it the whole night, basically telling you he's going to. It's so weird. Like, there was no mystery because, like, I don't know. They just told you it was him the whole night. Everyone's accusing him, and it's like, no, I'm not, and then he actually is. I don't know. There was no subtlety there, basically.
No, it doesn't have the same, it doesn't resonate in the same way that a really well done turn does.
It was rushed. Very rushed.
And this whole story is just dead in the water already, so it doesn't have that same impact. But there is still some good performing being done, amongst all of that. As we roll into Smackdown 115 on November 2nd, Angle's going to give his reasoning for joining the Alliance, and it's basically because he's a winner, and the only other winner he knows is Stone Cold Steve Austin, and he wants to partner up with him, so he's going to join up with Stone Cold. Yeah, man, he enjoyed it so much earlier this summer. We all enjoyed that.
We did.
He kind of runs down Undertaker and Kane as well.
Who do I want on my side when everything's on the line? Well, let's see. Undertaker? He's been here forever. And what has he accomplished? I've done more in 2 years than he's done in a decade. Kane's not a winner. He's a follower. A guy who lets the man who burned him as a child lead him around on a leash? Just pathetic.
He's not wrong.
Pretty accurate.
Rock and Jericho are going to end up losing the WWF tag titles to TNT later in the show, and they can't,
awesome.
We can't go a show without a title change happening, and those two...
Oh, no.
Yeah, those two guys can't stop beefing with each other either, Jericho and Rock, and that's going to be a big cause of tension on the WWF team throughout the few weeks.
Yeah.
We're going to get a preview of WrestleMania 18 because Kane's going to fight Kurt Angle in a pretty darn good match here. Austin ends up interfering and attacks Kane with a chair, and then Undertaker comes running down the rampway to save him, and he is hustling like someone's giving away free Red Man in the middle of the ring, dude. He is busting out there. Chases Austin out through the crowd. Angle gets ankle lock on and makes Kane tap out to that. Again, just a really good TV match here between these two guys. Austin and Angle are going to celebrate their renewed partnership, and Austin's going to give Angle a present, a hat. He loves giving him hats, but this time it's a Stone Cold hat, not the classic cowboy hat. And Stone Cold gives Angle his medals that he fished out of the river from a few weeks ago on Raw.
I appreciate that continuity there.
Me too, dude.
That's
nice.
awesome.
And then here we go, dude. One of my favorite part of this whole build-up, and I'm going to encourage anyone out there listening to go watch the main event of this Smackdown, episode 115. It's Undertaker and Stone Cold for the WWF title. Freaking great match between these two guys. I know we've covered them quite a lot on this show, and it's funny, they seem to have better chemistry on TV than they do on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And this is no exception, but it is a great main event, no commercials. Vince gives Undertaker a pep talk backstage before the match, and Vince is like, you gotta do this for the company, and Undertaker's like, dude, I'm gonna do this for myself. You can kiss my butt for doubting me on Monday night, being the turncoat. So Taker rolls out for the main event on the bike, and Austin ambushes him out of nowhere, and then I'm just gonna try to hit the highlights here, but Austin gets on Undertaker's bike and tries to ride it out of the arena, right away from him, but he can't get it to start, like stalls out on him. And so Undertaker just gets up and clotheslines Austin off the bike.
Call on the ring, man. Call in the ring.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
Undertaker then he gets on the bike and tries to run over Stone Cold. He runs into him, and Austin goes running, jumps over the guardrail into the crowd. So they have a whole bunch of brawling out in the arena. It's great. Just classic Attitude Era stuff. They finally get in the ring. At one point, Austin tries to run away, and then Undertaker just chases him up the rampway and grabs him, puts him in a headlock, and just walks him back to the ring, like lecturing him like a dad. Like, you're going to take this butt whooping like a man, son. Finally, the ref goes down, and Austin's going to try to like Pillmanize Undertaker's ankle, wraps it up in a chair. Yeah. But Taker ends up getting up. He hits Austin with the chair, busts him open. And just absolutely nails him with a chair, gets a choke slam, but Kurt Angle ends up making the save, and the referee gets up, causes a disqualification here. Austin and Angle lay a beating on Undertaker, and the announcers bring up that Kane can't make the save because he's hurt from being put in the ankle lock earlier in the night, so he can't run out there and save him. Yeah, and they bust Undertaker open, and then Shane McMahon joins Austin and Angle with a cooler full of Steve Weisers, and they toast and celebrate here as the Alliance gets a big win over The Undertaker and gets a big beating on two of Team WWF's top guys. And like I said, dude, this was pay-per-view caliber, better than a lot of their pay-per-view matches, and one of my favorite matches Undertaker's had in the Biker Taker era. It was a great, great TV segment.
Wow. That's good stuff, man.
Highly recommend it.
Check it out.
Yeah, very fun.
They do have better TV chemistry. I have no idea
I don't know why
that is.
It's weird.
Every time we cover a TV match of theirs, we all about how good it is compared to their pay-per-view stuff. So, well, doesn't Michael Cole say something on this night about like he's surprised the Angle and Austin are working together again?
Yeah, he mentions that in there.
A couple times on Raw too. It's like, dude, they were together like 4 months ago.
All summer.
Yeah. What a moron. Anyway, well, that's going to lead to Raw 441. I saw it on November 5th, 2001. Vince comes down the ring, announces he's got a huge announcement for tonight. So it says during the winner take all match at Survivor Series that a member of Team Alliance will defect to WWF and cause the Alliance to lose, which, with the benefit of hindsight, is exactly what happens. So
That's
I guess
right. Yep.
he's not a liar.
He's playing the long game here. I like it.
Yeah. So he says he can't wait, and he's trying to really milk it for the crowd. It's like, I shouldn't tell you, but I really can't wait. And basically he says it's Stone Cold Steve Austin. So, and the crowd cheers. Like, it's so funny with Austin right here because, like, they're happy to boo him, but he's so freaking entertaining with this stuff. Like,
they've been dying to cheer him this whole time.
Yeah, they want to cheer him too, but, like, God bless him. He's trying his hardest, and he's changed his music. It sucks real bad. And, like, he's doing dastardly stuff, but he's so entertaining. But the crowd, like, pops when he says he'll be Stone Cold, so they're ready to see him back in the WWF. So, but Austin comes out and refutes his claim and winds up stunning Vince. And Vince is the worst Undertaker of all time, just hands down.
Well, he's second to Linda.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Yeah.
Or maybe President Trump is in the top 3 as well.
No, that's true. That's true. Those are all pretty bad. But well, one thing they have in common is they're all billionaires. So I guess he has trouble stunning billionaires.
2 of them are in the White House.
Exactly. It's true. Oh, isn't that weird? Austin has stunned 2 people that were in the White House right now.
So weird. Yes.
Yeah. At no point in history could you ever have said that right now. Anyway, well, Vince smiles about this stunner, and he kind of gives a smirk as he's laying in the ring. And then we see during the break that Austin walks through the gorilla position, and all the Alliance guys are standing there, and they all have boo-boo faces. Like, they're all sad about him leaving, except for our boy DDP, who's standing in the back, grinning like an idiot, because that's his character.
Commitment.
This commitment to character is awesome. I love it, man.
Absolutely.
He's just grinning like a moron in the back. Everyone else is like all sad Sally, and basically Austin cuts a promo on him. He's like, "I'm not leaving. I'm your freaking leader. You know, I'm leading this alliance to the end." So Shane confronts him and says, "You know, I don't believe, you know, that you're leaving because Vince is just a liar, and you know, I do think someone's leaving though, you know." And Angle walks in. And Shane, Deborah, and Austin all give him kind of a dirty look. And Angle's like, he asks Austin if he's going to have his back during his match with The Undertaker tonight. So, and Austin's like, you know what? I've been doing favors for you since I met you. So, yeah, I'll have your back tonight. So, he's like, I even gave you your hat back on Thursday. I gave you your medals back. I mean, I've been doing a lot of favors for you. So, yeah, sure, I'll have your back tonight. Which I just love that he gave him a Stone Cold hat. It's so funny. But Taker rides his motorcycle down for his WCW US Championship match against Kurt Angle. So this is did he go for the US title much in WCW when he was actually there?
Yeah, that's the one we covered.
I mean, yeah,
Great American Bash. Yeah.
I wonder if he ever got any more shots or if this was his next shot. So he had to wait to 11
years.
11 and a half years to get his other shot against Lex Luger and Kurt Angle. So there you go.
2 All-Americans.
Absolutely.
American made.
Man, something about that.
Yeah, 2 hilarious. American males. Lex Luger and Kurt Angle.
I thought you meant Buff Bagwell and Scotty Riggs.
They were the original American males.
Oh, man. Well, Angle comes out in his Stone Cold hat, and I laughed hysterically at it because it's just great. But of course, this match begins with Taker attacking him in the aisleway, as we've been growing accustomed to. I'm going to be upset when we watch a Taker match that doesn't involve him fighting in the aisleway at the beginning. So,
I know. It won't be the same.
Yeah, it won't feel right. So it'll be like watching a Star Wars movie that doesn't have the crawl at the beginning of it. So, which I think Rogue One, or one of them didn't. Maybe Han Solo. One of them didn't have it. So anyway, this match starts like usual. Taker attacks in the aisle, and he's basically, the story is he's trying to retaliate for what Angle did to Kane on Thursday with that ankle lock. Good match, man. Again, these two got great chemistry. It's a great match again. Like they have, it tells that same Bret Hart story where he's trying to chop the leg down, and it just, all these matches with Angle remind me so much of the matches with Bret. But Kurt locks on the ankle lock, but Taker kicks out of it, and later on, Taker tries a big boot, but his leg kind of buckles. He really sells for Kurt. I love it, man. You can tell he sees something in this guy, and he hits a choke slam on Angle, and they both go down because it's perfect psychology. I mean, Taker's leg's been working the whole time. He hits a big move, but he can't last, so he has to fall down. And it's just, man, these guys know how to tell a story in the ring, man. And it just made me yearn for seeing that. I'm all about some high spot cruiserweight stuff, but watching two guys that know how to tell a story and know how to wrestle, there's something about it, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's on just a throwaway Raw match, basically. It's good. Well, Taker then gets locked in an ankle lock again because he tries a tombstone and Angle kicks out or kind of reverses out of that. But Angle won't let up because this is when he's getting real vicious with his ankle lock. Like, he kind of rolls through and he'll never ever let go.
Yeah.
Well, Taker finally kind of gets up on one leg and flips him over. So Taker finally flips him over and locks on his own ankle lock, and bless his heart, I don't think he's ever done one before. Yeah, he's not quite sure how to do it, but he eventually gets it. But it's funny to see him do that. It's just there's something about doing another guy's finisher to him that back in this day was a big no. So nowadays you see it all the time, but back then it meant something. So
this is when they really started to do it.
Yeah,
this time.
Yeah. Well, then, of course, Austin comes down, true to his word, and he has Angle's back, and he causes a DQ and hits a stunner on Taker because, like I said, he has Angle's back. So that match ends that way, and that's about all for the continuity there as far as what's going on with the storyline leading into Survivor Series. So,
well, they're going to continue to have a lot of tension on Smackdown 116 on November 9th, 2001, as Angle and Austin are going to team up to face Undertaker and Kane, and they just stacked main event right there. Solid SmackDown main event.
Yeah, man. That's a pay-per-view main event right there.
It could be. Yeah, easily.
All these matches could be.
I know. The lineups really were stacked during this time. Yeah. This whole show's Austin spending the night. He's trying to investigate who spread all these rumors that he was jumping back to the WWF. And so he does another weird promo in the ring where he just berates and buries all the different Alliance members. It's just, never understood those things.
Yeah.
He interrogates Booker T backstage, and then in one of, me and you, our favorite segments ever, Austin interrogates RVD backstage as well.
I was so jealous you got to cover this, man. I didn't get... it's my
we had
favorite.
Joked about that one for a long time.
Oh, man. It's so funny.
It's a 5-syllable word called interrogation. They say that on Beretta. You think you're funny? Do you see me laugh? Do you know what my watch is saying? I've never heard that watch.
So good.
It was great. RVD's hilarious. Austin's hilarious. Good comedy going on and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And it continues in we always talked about that segment, Austin RVD segment. We should have been talking about this Undertaker Vince segment that follows it up.
Oh, yeah?
Because it is hilarious. It's 4 minutes, and it's like better than any episode of The Office I've ever seen. Taker's acting is hilarious. I want to see a Taker and Vince sitcom after all this. Because Taker's upset about all the friction between Jericho and The Rock. And Vince is like, whatever, don't worry about them. Where's Kane tonight? Because they're supposed to have a tag team match in the main event. And Taker says, Kane's not here, man. Kane's not here. He won't tell him where he is, but Kane's not here. So Vince says, well, what are you going to do about it? And Undertaker says, well, I'm going to do what I do best.
I'm going to put Austin on one side. I'm going to put Angle on the other. I'm going to line them up, and I'm going to beat both their asses. That's what I'm going to do. Hey, look. I admire the bravado, and I know you've got justification for getting even with both of them, and I admire that, but I think this is just a little too much. You against Austin and Angle in a handicap match, that's getting out there. I thought so, too. Maybe we can get them a couple more partners. You can't be serious. You got to come up with an alternative plan. Look, that's pretty serious.
Ooh, nice. Nice comeback.
And Vince is like, can you just be serious for a minute? And Undertaker points to his face real quick and is like, looks pretty serious to me. timing is just incredible. Vince says, well, what's plan B? And Undertaker says, well, if you don't want a handicap match, why don't you just be my partner tonight? And Vince says, well, that would be an honor, but I didn't bring my gear tonight, so I'll just wish you luck. And then Undertaker's like, well, forget all this. I didn't come here for a pep talk. And then he berates Vince for welcoming Austin back into the WWF and being willing to take him back. And he's kind of setting the seeds here for what we're going to see after Survivor Series, because Undertaker talks about, I stood by you for all these years, through it all, and now you're inviting this no-good, bald sewer rat back into the heart of the WWF. And Vince says, well, that's good business. And Undertaker says, it's risky business. I don't know who wrote this, but it's fantastic. And Taker says, well, you can do whatever you want with Austin, but I can't promise you that come Survivor Series, Austin's going to be available, because there's a chance I'm going to take him out for good tonight. And Undertaker walks off, and then Vince gets this huge smile upon his face, because all of this, we're going to find out, is just a little psychological warfare. He's trying to stir up his team here with this talk of Austin joining back with him. So the team for Survivor Series is going to change here, because it was originally supposed to be Kurt Angle in the spot on Vince's team, and then I believe it was Vince there for a minute that Vince was going to fill in for Kurt Angle. But then Big Show, who has spent the past few months, we haven't talked about it, but he's basically been in a comedy tag team with Billy Gunn for the past 2 months. He is going to get rehabbed here in all the Alliance Job Squad comes out and attacks him, and he beats them all up single-handedly. That's a different show. And that's going to try to rebuild him for this main event to join in the team.
Oh, well, he was in that inaugural match back on that Raw I was at.
That's right, yeah.
That 20-man tag, and so was Billy Gunn, his tag team partner, Shogun, Gun Show, future Hall of Famer.
That's
Billy
right,
Gunn.
Yeah. Made it in there before Big Show.
Yeah, it's weird how they just it's just the story of Big Show's career. They just, whenever they need him to be a giant,
exactly
unstoppable, here you go. And whenever they don't, he just gets beat by Spike Dudley. It's but you know what? Because of who he is, they can always just have him squash guys and make him look bad again. So, of course, back then it only been 2 years he'd been there, so it wasn't he didn't quite have the stench on him that he has now, where it's just you can tell they really go to that well way too often.
But he still kind of did though too, because they were already doing it too much.
Yeah.
So it was already come on, Big Show. I mean, it's I don't know, man. It reminds me a lot of what they're doing with Braun Strowman nowadays. Just never just going back and forth with him.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the main event, we'll get through this. It does end up being a handicap match between Undertaker against Angle and Austin, but there's tension between Angle and Austin here, because they come out together and then they high five, and they both act like they're going to run into the ring, and Austin just sits on the ramp and lets Angle go in there. He takes the brunt of Undertaker's beating, and Undertaker actually defeats wins the match, rolls up Austin after Angle and Austin have some miscommunication, run into each other. And the match is over, and Angle and Austin start later beating on Undertaker, including a Stone Cold Stunner, but then Austin stuns Angle and leaves him laying, and the show goes off the air with Angle and Undertaker both staring down Stone Cold from the ring, and it's kind of a weird ending here as we head into the final week of WCW and ECW being alive.
Yep, here we go. We're going to limp to the finish line here of Survivor Series. So that's Raw 442 and November 12th, 2001. I remember this episode. Yeah, very fresh in my mind.
So do I, yeah.
But it's the go home Raw for Survivor Series. So this, like you said, this is the last Raw. We're going to see the Alliance on our screens. Thank God, some people were saying, and some people are like, no, why can't you just hold out a little longer and wait till you get the big stars? But whatever, it is what it is. Lots of more titles changing hands on free TV here. As Edge defeats Angle for the U.S. title and the Hardy Boys defeat TNT for the tag titles, the WWF tag titles. Basically, this is all going to lead to Mick Foley promo later on in the night. He comes out as the commissioner. He basically buries the television product for the last few months, and he buries the fact that they just call on him for these random things. I don't know if they just gave him free reign or what, but there's a lot of kind of these shoot style promos
he was
coming
shooting.
up here.
Yeah, for real.
And he's like, we're going to lead to this. This is going to lead to some. There's a bunch of meaningless titles. Everybody has a title. There's too much going around. There's a title change every week, and we're going to have some unification matches at Survivor Series. Which I know as a fan, as a 15-year-old, that's another thing that got me so excited for this pay-per-view. Man, was like seeing these titles unified and stuff. Like there's so much history, between the U.S. title and the IC, and seeing them unified. It was just a big deal. Like I know as a 15-year-old, I was just so excited to see these matchups and stuff. But that that promo from Foley, was very shoot-ski and very on the nose, man. Like just very like, yeah, everyone feels that way, bro.
He had a lot of bitterness going on during these few weeks. It seemed like it was strange to watch.
Yeah, it is weird. You mentioned a couple episodes ago on SmackDown episodes of SmackDown ago that Chavo and Hugh Morris kind of got fired. Well, they try to get a job with Vince if the WWF wins Sunday. So I'm glad there was some continuity there because I didn't know that they'd kind of gotten kicked out or whatever. But they go and ask Vince for a job and say that they were there 3 years ago trying to, doing tryouts and stuff. And he says, oh, so you guys are basically like rats abandoning a sunken ship or something. And he basically tells them no, and then they get fired by Regal, Shane, and Stephanie later on. There's a big pep rally for the Alliance, and Steph's like, you guys just tried to leave. Like, you're fired for real. So they get fired. So old Kerwin White and Bill DeMott get fired there. So I guess they've actually both been fired in real life. So since then. So, well, like I mentioned, there's that Alliance powwow backstage, and Austin is in Angle's face, and Shane says Austin should be face-to-face with The Rock tonight, and it's funny because like Austin is like shoving Angle, and then he'll sit there and he'll shove Booker T, and the whole time that Shane's kind of taking over this promo and he's giving this whole spiel, and he keeps looking around and goes, Booker, chill out, Booker, stop. Booker T is literally not saying a word. He's not uttering a sound. He's just staring RVD down because RVD could be the turncoat, And but he just keeps saying, Booker, quit. And I'm like, what? Stop. He's not doing anything. But Shane basically says that no one's jumping to WWF. It's just Vince's way of getting them to crumble from within, which is working, he says, And Austin, again, shoving Booker, and it's just a lot of shoving going on. And Shane says, if you guys don't win on Sunday, I'll see you all in hell. And then he goes, what? And right in Austin's face and walks off. So, he used his own catchphrase against him.
It was good, though, man. I like the intensity from Shane.
It was.
It's good that we have stakes for this match.
Yeah.
Much unlike the inaugural brawl, it does give it a little bit more of some intensity to some of this stuff that's going on.
I appreciate Shane's intensity. I mean, aside from him calling out Booker for making noise and he never did, again, the shoving between Austin and Booker and Angle and them talking over each other's lines, stepping on each other's lines, like, it's cool because it seems real. They're not waiting for the promo. They're pausing the promo to speak. Like, they're talking, and it seems legit, Well, later on, Vince is telling Jericho to get in line and learn to work with The Rock as a team, or there may be no job after Sunday. And he says, I need you to get in line or else. And in a funny bit of just life imitating art now, Jericho's like, oh, I wonder what or else would be, which is funny to me because here we are in 2019 and he can answer what or else is going to be. So
how about it?
Exactly. So never say never, He said he'd never work for anybody other than Vince. And here we go, 2019. So hopefully Taker's not following suit, but he's not. But anyway, Taker rides out for his WWF Hardcore title match against RVD, which we will actually be covering next episode,
week. More foreshadowing.
More of that. But it's funny, too, because he comes out and JR's like, man, this is right down his alley. No DQ, anything goes, and which is true. He's, I didn't think about it that way, but Taker's actually perfect for a hardcore title.
Right.
His style of match. But anyway, it's a fun match. Taker's actually kind of booed during the match. It's about, I wrote in my notes, it's about 60-40. I'd say it's more like 55-45. Like, this crowd is really hot for RVD, man.
Yeah.
Like, as much as they respect Taker, RVD's the shiny new toy, So,
And if you go back and read some of the recaps and writings from this time, like the Smart crowd was really kind of starting to turn on Undertaker too.
Oh, yeah,
like
absolutely.
you read a lot of these old reviews, and a lot of people would definitely. I could totally see where they were cheering RVD over Taker here.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we've mentioned on record here, like I wasn't a huge fan of this run of Taker's, because I just didn't do it for me. He wasn't the Undertaker. He was just a mark. So, but it's fun to visit now. But anyway, the crowd's kind of split, and match is great, and RVD hits this huge crossbody off the Titantron, man, onto Taker. Which, I mean, for Taker to even say, yeah, sure, I'll take that spot, that's a pretty big deal. You know, because he could have gotten hurt, RVD could have, but he's a pro, and it's this really cool looking spot, and I just was amazed. But Taker's trying to hit a last ride on the stage, which I'm glad he did not hit it because that would have killed RVD. But Booker T runs out and starts helping RVD to show that they're on the same page. Because again, earlier he was kind of staring him down and giving him the stink eye. But they make it back in the ring, and the finish of this match is phenomenal. I don't know who laid this out, if it was Pat Patterson or what, but Taker goes and superplexes Booker T off the top rope. And as he lands on his back, RVD jumps off the other turnbuckle with a 5-star frog splash, lands on Taker, boom, 1, 2, 3. That's the pin.
Nice.
It was so cool, man. I remember that, just being how cool it was. So really cool stuff. And again, RVD has now pinned Kurt Angle, right? And no, who did he pin?
Pinned The Rock.
The Rock, excuse me. And now he's pinned Undertaker, like here, within a couple of weeks. Yeah. I mean, pretty much a clean pin, too. I mean, he snuck it in there, but, like, he didn't use a DQ or anything like that. I mean, didn't use a chair in a hardcore title match. He just used his own finisher, so pretty cool stuff. Well, later on, Jericho and Rock are whining like babies backstage, and Taker barges in. He's like, where the heck were you guys? I just got my butt handed to me by RVD. He's like, we're supposed to be a team, and he's just going off on him, man. And Kane comes in. He's like, where were you? He's like, where were you earlier? Like, you're my brother. So he tells him, if you guys don't get your head out of your butts, we're not going to have to worry about being out of a job. None of you will, because you got to worry about me coming and beating the crap out of you personally. This is all going to be personal, if we lose on Sunday. So it is funny how, Taker's kind of in control here as far as he's taking it seriously. He's into it.
Yeah.
But curiously, the Big Show wasn't invited to this meeting of I just
okay.
Again, he's kind of a joke, but
oh yeah.
Anyway, Rock beats Regal in the main event, and then he calls out Steve Austin because Vince earlier in the night had told him, you need to confront Stone Cold Steve Austin. This is the confrontation we've been waiting for since the night after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Which Vince doesn't say, oh yes, and I also screwed you. But anyway, leave that part out. But so I just wrote here in my notes that we've gone. Let's just recap this year. We've gone from Shane McMahon taking on Vince at Mania to avenge his mother because of the nefarious deeds his father has done because of their divorce, to Shane stealing WCW out from under Vince's nose.
What?
To Lance Storm super kicking Saturn to fire the first shot.
What?
To WCW soiling the hallowed ground of Madison Square Garden.
What?
To Buff Bagwell taking the proverbial dump in his first match in WWF.
What?
To the surprise revival of ECW in Atlanta.
What?
To the Swerve, bro, where ECW and WCW merged under the leadership of the McMahons.
What?
To the Alliance's huge victory in the inaugural Brawl.
What?
To the Alliance, quote-unquote, dominating under the leadership of Stone Cold Steve Austin.
What?
To the final match between the WWF and the, as Vince says, the biggest threat the WWF has ever encountered in a winner-take-all match at Survivor Series.
What?
And exactly. What? Exactly. Thank you very much. It all culminates here on this go-home show of this huge storyline that's literally decades in the making. It all culminates with The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin coming face-to-face and entertaining the crap out of the fans for 15 minutes, singing Delta Dawn, The Rock singing The Gambler, and then them two singing Margaritaville together on the microphone.
What?
Oh my goodness. I mean, don't get me wrong. This is amazing. It's an amazing, amazing sports entertainment segment that I cannot give. I mean, if I have more than 2 thumbs, I'd give them straight up, man. This is so funny.
Yeah, you got The Rock and Stone Cold just flexing on live TV for 15 minutes, just being it's total house show, like after the show goes off segment. It's what they've been doing for years, and now they're just doing it on live TV.
It's like the show's running short, and Vince is like, "I just go out there and ad lib." Like, I have no idea what happened.
It is bonkers.
Ha ha! Let me warm up a little more. Maybe this will bring back a few memories. I'll catch it about midway through. Anybody knows who Jimmy Buffett is. Goes a little like this. I blew out my flip-flop, stepped on a pop-top, cut my heel, had to cruise on back home. But there's booze in the blender, and soon it will render. That frozen concoction that helps me hang on. Wasted away again in Margaritaville. Searching for my lost shaker of salt. Some people claim that there's a Rocky to blame, but I know it's old Stone Cold's fault.
It's nuts. But again, I'll put over how entertaining it was. But that's the go home for this story that we just recapped and wadded through. Because it just doesn't make sense. And the way they edit on the network, I think you mentioned it last week, it is so crappy. They edit out Delta Dawn.
It's not on there.
Margaritaville. None of that's on there.
It just cuts from there. It cuts 10 minutes out of the segment. I went and watched it too. I know you were recapping it, but I was like, I gotta rewatch this segment because I've always remembered it because it's so crazy. And then it's not on there.
Dawn, whatever flower you have. That's the only song that Austin knows. He sings on his podcast.
He loves
all
it.
the time.
Yeah, it's his favorite song.
Oh man!
And then I had to go on YouTube to to watch it and make sure I wasn't just imagining this incredible segment that happened,
like a Mandela effect type thing.
Right,
no, it's real.
That's what I thought
really
it was. And it's gone
it's
forever.
Not in the official canon. It's
unbelievable, man.
They could get the rights to X Factor's song, but they can't get the rights to.
I mean, it's just them singing it. It's not. They're not playing it. I don't understand why they don't have the rights to that. That doesn't make sense to me.
I don't know, but it's the way it ends up is at the end of them singing. Rock basically says, "I'll never trust you," and he rock bottoms him. And then Angle comes out, and Y2J comes out, and Y2J and Rock show they're on the same page. They kind of stand tall with each other at the end. So, but again, there are 10 guys in this match on Sunday, and only 4 of them are in the ring to end this episode.
And it's 4 WWF guys.
Right, exactly. It's 4 non-alliant. Like, none of these guys came over in the merger of WCW. Like, this is 4 WWF guys that they use as pawns in the story. So, yeah, good point there, man. I didn't think about that. But it's entertaining. I will go out of your way to watch it. We'll try to post a clip of it on our social media. But it's hysterical. It's amazing. But it just shows to me Vince didn't care. He's just ready to get his crap over with. Let's be done. It's
a must-see classic segment that's just
means nothing.
Entertaining and frustrating. It means nothing. Yeah. It's everything that we've talked about being a problem with the invasion from day one summed up right here. Is that it all ends up being about Austin and Rock.
Yeah.
It started off being all about the McMahons.
Yeah, exactly.
And now we just need to let it rest in peace here as we head into the final show, SmackDown 117, November 16th, 2001. Rob Van Dam's going to pick up another big win here as he defeats Kane with a little help from Booker T. There's the 2 guys he would go on to become tag team champions with as well.
That's
interesting
funny.
Little footnote. Yeah. And I don't know what the exact numbers are on this, but RVD, he pinned Undertaker on Raw, and now he pins Kane on SmackDown. And he's got to be one of the only guys to ever do that, to defeat Undertaker and Kane in the same week in consecutive matches. And Maybe Austin did back then.
Man,
but
I'll say he's the only guy I could possibly think of.
Maybe Rock, but I can't remember. It actually happened.
Shoot. Yeah.
That's how you push somebody, man.
Oh, absolutely. Those are the only two guys that would have possibly done it, is Rock and Austin.
Yep.
Other than that's crazy, man.
Big Show, who we talked about. Oh my God, he's in the main event on Sunday, as we have discussed.
Right.
He comes out for his segment, doing an impression of DDP. He dressed up as him with his Regis Philbin teeth, as you said last week.
Yeah.
He's got his wig on.
Google Regis. Okay. If you go and you Google Regis Philbin and type in the word white teeth pops up next. I promise you. Regis Philbin, I did it in your Google suggestions. So anyway, it's a real thing.
That frustrated me because it's hilarious again, but it's like DDP's not even in the main event on Sunday. Why is Big Show doing this thing? Oh, man.
Right.
Thankfully, Shane McMahon came out and just nailed Big Show with a chair after Big Show squashed DDP. Made me happy.
They've had a long rivalry, Big Show and Shane.
Good.
It's weird.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say Big Show and DDP. Back to WCW days.
Them too, yeah.
Then we get a really great segment here. This pops up on YouTube all the time. Paul Heyman calling out Vince for a face-to-face in the ring, and Heyman just does his darndest here to try to make chicken salad out of this storyline. And Vince doesn't say a word the whole time. It's just Paul Heyman, quote-unquote, shooting hard on Vince. And, we both loved Heyman's commentary during this time. But as I was watching this, I was thinking, God, dude, if you had Heyman in this role really the whole time, I know he did a little bit of it during this invasion, but if you really had Paul Heyman leading the invasion instead of Shane and Stephanie, I think you could have saved this whole deal, because anytime he got on the mic during this time, he made it count. He made it matter.
Well, yeah, and you even said that Raw that I was at, where the alliance was formed, that you were all board with it, and then Stephanie was revealed as the co-captain, or it's just that's when it kind of sunk, So if he would have been the captain the whole time and just leading the charge, it would have been so much better, because we don't need McMahon's involved in everything.
No,
has to be involved in every top storyline, so it would have been really cool. But I understand why they didn't, I guess, because it's got to be a McMahon thing. But yeah, this quote unquote shoot is so fun to watch. I went back and watched it last night, actually, just because I remembered how awesome it was, and it's so good. So much cool stuff. So many comments that would still stand today. Honestly.
Oh yeah, I mean,
if he cut his promo today, it would still be over.
He's name dropping Hulk Hogan and Bret Hart, which were kind of big no-nos at that point. Didn't hear that too much. Saying that Vince chewed them up and spit them out and used them. Heyman takes his hat off and throws it at McMahon, gets worked up over Vince stealing his ideas and flaunting his affairs in front of his wife and children. And then he makes his mistake here as he talks about Vince destroying Taz, turning him from a great wrestler into a fat announcer, which is, again, another shoot comment right there.
Not even a good one, he said, I think. I remember watching that last night, and I was like, oh, I forgot he said that.
Ouch. And Heyman says Vince made wrestling a dirty word in favor of sports entertainment. But Taz, who's on commentary, he's heard enough of this. He slowly gets up from the announce table, gets in the ring, sneaks over behind Heyman, and locks the Taz mission on him. Mm-hmm. And then Vince finally speaks after being berated this whole time and says, Heyman, you're just the epitome of the Alliance, because on Sunday, the Alliance will choke.
No subtlety there. Got to shove it down your throat. Make sure you understand. That was supposed to symbolize the Alliance choking, which, again, would have been more obvious, and you wouldn't have had to spell it out for us had he been the mouthpiece the entire time,
Exactly.
He'd been the head figure the entire time.
We get a rematch from No Mercy as Undertaker's going to take on Booker T. And Undertaker actually jumps Booker T as he's making his entrance. And they fight around ringside, into the crowd. Taker is just trash-talking Booker the whole time. It's so good, man. He's like, you better not be trying to take my job this Sunday. Don't you be doing that, boy. Taker is just dominant here. He's venting his frustrations about the alliance this whole 6 months, and they get in the ring, and Booker gets a few shots in, and the match officially starts, but Taker takes back over, and then Taker heads out of the ring, and he goes over to Jarrett Cole and is like, I'm sending a message tonight. I'm sending a message to the alliance. He brings a chair in, and he shoves Tim White down, and Tim White calls for the DQ. Yeah, it's not about the match here, because
right.
He gives a choke slam to Booker T, gives him a chair shot, and then Taker, he does the Wrestlemania sign point just up to the WWF logo in the stands. Then he walks over to the announce table, and he rips the top off the announce table, the top layer off of it, and props it up against the ropes on the ring and points at the little WWF symbol on there. And he just screams out, WWF forever!
WWF forever. The Undertaker, please. WWF love. You'll be this last from Thunder.
He's like a madman, just ranting and raving here. His passion is just off the charts. It's so good.
See, when people ask if he's going to AEW, we need to show him this.
WWF forever. I totally forgot about
he
this.
Was like a raging passion freak, man. So good.
Him and Heyman are the only ones taking this storyline seriously, dude. They are acting like their livelihoods are on the line. I love it.
Yeah, it's great.
And I do love the ending of this show. It is a great ending.
Yeah.
You see this on YouTube all the time, too, when you're searching for WWF videos. It's a tag match between Austin and Angle and Rock and Y2J, and it's like the prototype. We've seen it so many times since then, but this is the first time I really remember it, where you got all 10 guys just run in and they just take turns hitting their finishers on each other.
Yeah.
It's super hot. The crowd loves it. You kind of see it, I guess every Survivor Series, it feels like, or anytime they do, when they did bragging rights or all this sort of stuff. This was the first time it really happened, and it all ends with Austin delivering a stunner to The Rock, because it's all about those two guys. And Austin's the last man standing, and Vince walks out on the stage and kind of stares down at Austin, but he's got a big smile on his face, and Austin smiles right back at him and laughs at him as SmackDown goes off the air to take us into the Survivor Series.
Yeah, that's a good sell of pay-per-view. That's a good way to end it right there.
Tale of two different stories right there. You got singing Margaritaville and then 10 guys hitting their finisher on each other. Sports and entertainment.
Yep, there you go. Exactly. Well, yeah, that's going to bring us to Survivor Series, man, and I have this on VHS as well. So I have the bookend to the Invasion. I got Invasion on VHS and the Survivor Series. So
I had the DVD for sure, yeah.
I think I have a DVD as well, but I do know I had the VHS as well. But, man, and just a cool piece of just happenstance, I guess, man. This is in Greensboro, North Carolina, at the Greensboro Coliseum. How cool is that? This is November 18th, 01. Again, those of you who know your wrestling history, this is the headquarters of Jim Crockett Promotions, NWA, WCW. Aside from Atlanta, this is the other place. This is the mecca of this stuff. So, I know they weren't really playing that card here, but just for wrestling enthusiasts like we are, I just think it's really neat that that's the case. Now, imagine how much cooler it would have been if Ric Flair were in this match.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know, Tully Blanchard or Arn Anderson, but whatever. It's really cool, though, to me, just to see that.
I would have loved if Arn Anderson was on the Team Alliance with RVD and Booker T. Just doling out spine busters all night long.
Spine Buster City.
God, he would have cut some great promos too. Oh my goodness. Well, I think the announcers talk a little bit about that history a little bit, but how about this opening video package? I wish they would have used some WCW footage in this, because it's a great video. There's lots of classic WWF footage playing throughout it about how this could be the end of the World Wrestling Federation. But I'm just sitting there thinking, this also could be the end of WCW and ECW. That's the whole point of this. And you own all the footage. So I get it's a WWF pay-per-view, but still, it could have made the stakes seem a little bit better here if they'd actually, juxtaposing that with footage of both companies in there.
Yeah, I know. But, they're just moving on. They're ready to move on.
They were.
You can tell. But didn't that End Is Near song play for this pay-per-view as well?
Yep.
I think it does. So, yeah, that's the Armageddon song. It's so good, and they used it about 195 times since then. But it's always good. Well, throughout the night, we kind of get some alliance interactions with Shane and Steph, and they just constantly say, everything's on the line for us. We put our life savings in this. Talk about how Austin's not the turncoat. He's not going over to WWF and stuff. And but I'm so tired of hearing how they put everything in it. They keep saying it. It's like, we got it, dude. The horse is dead. Quit beating it.
There are a lot of promos and backstage stuff on this show. You could tell they were kind of filling for time here a little bit, and like you said, there's
do some more Delta Dawn.
Could have done some of that. There is a great. I enjoy this pay-per-view though.
Oh, absolutely, I love it.
Edge and Test have a really good match with each other. I mean, Test was kind of killing it in 2001.
Christian opens the show, comes out and says hi to all his fans in South Carolina. It's just perfect heel heat, man. They just boo the crap out of him, man. It's like, oh, it's so funny. I love that guy.
The Hardys,
Tajiri and William Regal.
Tajiri and William Regal.
That's a storyline that's been playing out all year. That's
You're
pretty
right.
cool. I mean, it is what it is. It's a throwaway match, but it is pretty cool to see them get that here.
I agree. Yeah, it's cool. They get a big moment on pay-per-view. Harleys and Dudleys have a much, much better tag team cage match than Undertaker and Kane and DDP and Kanyon had a few months ago.
Think so?
Oh my god, that match was great.
I'm kidding. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm joking. Yeah, it can't be much worse. Yeah, no, this match is phenomenal.
It's hard to do a tag team cage match, but they pulled it off, made it work.
And they're telling the story of the Hardys kind of breaking up as well in this too. Like it's good.
Makes
it's
sense.
Nuanced. Yeah. Well, then we get a weird debut as well.
Yeah, the weirdly debut a wrestler for the Alliance on the final night of the Alliance. They have Jazz make her pay-per-view debut in a 6-woman match. I guess they didn't have 6 women, so they had to throw somebody out there.
Why did they do like a Survivor Series match with them? I don't know, but
doesn't make sense.
Yeah, Jazz comes out, and I remember Jazz from ECW. She was great, and I liked her WWF run. She doesn't get talked about much at all, but it was really strange why you would debut her, then the company quote unquote dies the same night. So, but
Test is going to win an immunity battle royal to keep his job for at least a year, no matter what happens in the main event tonight. And, of course, all the title holders get to keep their jobs, no matter what happens in the main event. But everyone else from the losing company will allegedly be gone when the night is over, as they keep burning into our heads. And Vince does a little one last pep talk to the Team WWF here before the main event.
Oh yeah, man. He basically reads them the riot act, man. He's talking about, personally and professionally, you guys are going to be disgraced if we lose this match tonight. And he mentions some, Hall of Famers and says, I think he's like Freddie Blassie and
Buddy Rogers, Jerry Graham, Gorilla Monsoon, Andre the Giant, and then he looks at Taker when he says Andre the Giant, and then he looks at Rock and he says, "Hi, Chief Peter Maivia."
Yeah. So name dropping, their legacy and the path that they pay for you guys is going to be disgraced and ruined if we lose tonight. And the whole time he's doing this, Rock is bouncing up and down like he's Brock Lesnar, old Brock Lesnar, and it's so distracting to me. Like I remember being distracted back then, and just distracted when I was watching it this week too. Like, dude, I understand he's getting pumped for the match. It makes sense, but like just as a visual, it was very distracting. But man, I just wrote in my notes too, like that all Vince is missing with this is the blue face paint, dude. 'Cause he's doing his best William Wallace. Like he's missing the blue face paint and they'll never take our freedom. Other than that, he's got it. So it's very much a pump up your troops for the last battle.
You remember
Battle of Helm's Deep.
The WrestleMania commercial with Triple H and Ric Flair? The Braveheart speech.
Ric Flair rides off. Yeah. Triple H gets to wear the face paint. Yeah, it's so good. So that's what this reminded me of, man. It's like freaking Braveheart. Like it's intense, but yeah, man. Did you watch the video package before the match too?
I did. Yep.
It's got some lame-o overdub on it, but again, the actual song is one of those we've been talking about, the not actually good song, but a good wrestling song, is Control by Puddle of Mud, which I made the mistake of typing in my YouTube. It's going to pop up nowadays every time I go on YouTube now. I wanted to see which one it was. I couldn't remember which one Control was. It's the one
I did the same thing. I
was.
couldn't remember how it goes.
It's awful.
I need to feel you.
Another way you like it. No, it's so awful. So awful. But again, good wrestling song. It really went well with this package, video package. This overdub song is so bad.
Yeah, your
so
YouTube's
bad.
going to be all screwed up with click, click, boom, and Puddle of Mud, and Beautiful
like,
People.
Oh, we see you like 2001 new wave grunge or something. Like, no, I don't. I just watched WWF from back then when they liked it. So.
Very intense. Good workout music, you know. Get you pumped up. Absolutely. Well, let's do it, man. We've talked about it for months. We've built it all up here for the past hour. Let's talk about the main event of Survivor Series 2001, a huge match in The Undertaker's career as he teams up with Team WWF to take on the Alliance. We're going to do a watch-along commentary here for the entire match, so we'd love for you to join us and turn on the WWE Network to Survivor Series 2001. We're going to go to the timestamp on the network of 1 hour, 39 minutes, 3 seconds. Of course, like all the other watch-alongs, hopefully you'll be able to enjoy this without watching it as well. If you're just driving along or working out, or you don't have access to it at the moment, we're going to try to make it entertaining for you as well, but it'll be fun if you watch it along with us. So we're going to give you a few seconds to get that queued up, and we'll be right back with our commentary, and we'll tell you when to hit play.
Yeah, please don't drive and watch at the same time.
Please. Although I know some people do that, so
yes.
Yeah, please don't, though.
Oh.
Hey there, creatures of the night. I'm Mike Prue along with my pal JV, and we are from the Bottom Line Wrestling Cast. I'm sure you guys are enjoying Alex and Travis dig up the dead man's past every week here on Talking Taker. If you like this type of format, you may want to check us out. We are the Bottom Line Wrestling Cast, the career of Stone Cold Steve Austin. We're breaking down his career month by month, just like Travis and Alex do here on Talking Taker. We have covered from his debut in January of 1996 as the Ringmaster, and we are currently heading into 1998. So please take a chance and listen to the Bottom Line Wrestling Cast. We are available on most platforms, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean. We are also on Twitter at Bottom Line Cast. Thanks, creatures of the night. Especially thanks to your gracious hosts, Alex and Travis. Take her easy.
Well, Travis, do you know what my watch is saying?
I never heard that watch.
Well, it's telling me it's time to do this watch-along for the main event, Survivor Series 2001. Hey-oh! 10-man tag, here we go. Team WWF versus Team Alliance. We are at 1 hour, 39 minutes, 3 seconds on the WWE Network. On the Survivor Series pay-per-view, 1 hour, 39 minutes, 3 seconds. We've got it queued up. We've got the very end of the video package, Steve Austin and The Rock staring at the camera right now. So we're going to tell you when to hit play. We're going to start commentating, and we're going to enjoy this nearly hour-long matchup. So, Travis, why don't you count them down, and let's do this thing.
All right, let's go in 3, 2, 1, play.
There it is. Live. Here comes the money.
Oh, here it comes. Yeah, we have our sound down, so we're not hearing anything, any commentary. So if you're watching at home with commentary, turn it down. Listen to us.
Please, that's the whole point.
And we have not watched this. We watched all the build-up. This has not been seen. I just go from memory, but this is going to be a fun one. There's a WCW owner in his tracksuit. You know what? Shane always had a cool shirt, though. He did. That was a thematic shirt.
That was great. I like the Miz wears those now when he tags with him.
Yeah.
God, how much has Shane aged in 17 years?
Holy crap, dude. Yeah.
And yet he's still busting out shooting star presses and all that craziness.
It's crazy. He has cooler shoes now. Cooler Nikes than he did back then.
Oh, yeah.
Sucka.
Booker T out next.
Sucka's got to know. Oh, got a little black tape on his wrist, so you know he's getting ready for this. Look at my hand. What's happening? His hair's so short. Boom! Bringing that Kane pyro.
The pyro he stole from Kane. He's wearing the red from Kane, too.
Look at all that pyro.
You don't see that anymore.
No, like you literally don't see that.
What do you think of this set?
It's all right. It's not my favorite. It's there's definitely been better ones this year. Oh, here we go backstage. There's Jazz with the Alliance.
One night only.
Yeah. Bubba Ray was saluting the Four Horsemen there.
Oh, you know what would have been great here, though, dude? You got the Fink announcing this, but they should have had Michael Buffer or David Pinzer out there for the WCW crew, man. That would have been epic.
I always like Booker's mustache. It's very pencil thin. Here he is. Rob Van Dam.
You know, Booker did not carry over the nose guards that he wore in WCW. I don't know quite why he lost those.
I have no idea. They must have got lost in the merger.
But I never understood him either.
No, not at all. He wasn't asleep in the ring, so I'm not sure why he had those on. Here's one of you and I's favorite.
Look
RVD
at that.
Here.
3 giant RVD signs right there on the hard camera side.
Yeah.
They're staring right at the hard camera. 3 sets of them. Talk about being over.
Oh, man. Talk about negative sideburns. RVD had negative sideburns I've ever seen. Here he is. Kurt Angle, the Alliance's own Kurt Angle.
I think it was Jimmy Hart. I was listening to some podcast, some interview, but he talked about that's how you could really tell how someone was over, is the amount of signs people had in the crowd, because you couldn't force people to do that. That's them going out on their own dime and doing the work to make those signs. Even T-shirts, you can kind of select who's got a T-shirt out there, so people are forced to buy a certain T-shirt, but you can bring a sign for whoever you want. So that's how you could tell who's really over. So that points to RVD right there.
Oh yeah, because they had those little foam hands, but like you said, those guys bringing the big letters RV and D and making their own signs and stuff. So here we go. We got 80% of the Alliance team. Here's Austin. Thank God our music's down because this music sucks so bad. It's worse than Disturbed. I didn't think that was a real thing. I love how Austin jaw jacks the whole way to the ring.
Always, man.
Face or heel. Oh, speaking of signs, what?
A ton of those in the crowd. That's getting over huge. We talked about the beginning of it and how people were just confused by it at first, but man, it's over big time now.
See where Booker was just stretching his leg and he had to move it so Austin could get on the turnbuckle there.
Hey man, he's in charge.
Yeah, I like Austin's gold accents on his.
I do too.
On his thing there. What?
That sign? What? Switch sides? What?
Oh, those gentlemen in the front row are displeased with him. I think he's a bird.
He is alcohol fueled tonight. I am sparkling water fueled tonight.
Billy Kidman, Hurricane, looking awesome. Hey man, so basically half these guys are agents backstage now.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah. You know what? There's something on a Smack or a Raw that I covered that I forgot to mention. It was during that thing with Rock and Austin on the Go Home show where he says, "You say I got a beer belly. It's just a gas tank for a whoop-a machine." I don't know how Rock didn't laugh when he says that. Ooh,
it's the Big
my
Show.
Brother, Paul White coming out. The Big Show, Aiken, South Carolina. Oh man, look how lean he is.
We didn't talk about this ever, but this was a couple. I don't remember which show it was, but he was teaming with Spike Dudley, and Spike Dudley started wearing the same outfit that Big Show wears, and I completely forgot that ever happened. And I wish that I had not seen it during this because it looked horrible. Spike Dudley wearing just the singlet, no pants. It was terrifying.
Yeah, it's nasty. Yeah. I remember you texted me. I was like, yeah, it was Dan Severn doing photography on the outside there. Or Kim's side.
He couldn't get a job, man.
Oh, Booker T's coming out again. Oh, I'm sorry. That's Kane.
With the alternate red. All red.
Yeah. That mask is fresh, too. That is slick, leathery. Who's that? Close up on...
Oh, that's that hand-drawn Kane sign.
Nice. Some fan art.
Yeah, I like that. And there's the WWF crew. Edge. Funaki.
Edge looking like... Speaking of Puddle of Mud, Edge looking the lead singer of that.
Look just like him.
Wes Scanlon, or whatever his name was. Scatlin, something like that. A couple of folks doing Too Sweet in the audience.
A lot of tension in the Alliance.
Yeah. Look at Look at Kane, fresh duds, man.
He's looking good, man.
Looks like an alternate costume on like No Mercy game.
Yeah. The one you'd never use, but look good. And here he
Yeah.
is.
Here comes the
got
man.
some fan art for the Decade of Destruction out there, rolling on out. Here comes the Undertaker.
I like that in his Titantron. Still him, last ride Bull Buchanan. still part of it.
What would Bull Buchanan say about this match? What would his prediction be?
That's it.
That's it. All right.
That's all we have. He's slipping over there on the way to the ring. Well, that's a big chopper he's got going on there.
He is, yeah.
Taker,
Riding in.
Dead Man Inc.
Got the leather vest and pants. Kurt Angle had to jump on the table. He's chasing Booker T around the ring. The stairs are moved, as always.
Yep.
Magic stairs.
Leather pants. Black pants. Ooh, revving it. That lady right there loves it. Look at that. WWF Desire. Austin's even standing up on the timekeeper's thing.
I love that, man. I love all these touches.
Yeah.
Alliance RIP. Bye-bye, y'all. They are in Greensboro.
Okay, I'm sorry. That's what Bull Buchanan would have said.
that was his cousin right there.
Alliance RIP. Bye-bye, y'all. Everybody's raising their fist with the Taker there. The Dead Man. Big Daddy Dead Man.
And funny enough, dude, you got two guys here as Jericho comes out. You got two guys that were in WCW 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And they, never jumped over the Alliance. It was interesting how they had certain guys.
Did, yeah.
Certain guys did, certain guys didn't. That was always thought was kind of weird.
Yeah. Like Austin.
Well, there you go. Number one right there.
Oh, Jericho. Almost a full-on heel.
Yep.
Not quite yet. He's getting there.
What do you think of...
Looking big there.
Yeah, he looks so huge during this run.
Yeah.
He really beefs up.
But also, like, fit huge. Like, no disparaging him now. I mean, he's 20 years older, but, like, he looks big now in New Japan and all Elite Wrestling. But Greensboro is Jericho, apparently.
That guy didn't think his...
Son was going to make it on TV.
Well, he didn't. He started writing Greensboro, and then he's like, oh, it's not going to fit. He got Greens on one line, and then Burrow underneath it.
But you know what? Dude still made it on TV.
I mean, who among us has not been there? Writing out a birthday card or something like that.
Yeah. And here it is, the last one. Oh, the crowd's on their feet for
The Rock. He was not there for the inaugural brawl, but he's leading the WWF here into the final fight. Holding the WCW title with him. WCW champion on Team WWF, and the WWF champion on the Alliance.
How about that? How about it?
How about it? Thank you, Pete
Rock.
Rose.
Always posing like a champion. Roman Reigns kind of carries that tradition of holding the title like that. He doesn't really wear it like traditionally. He kind of flops it around like his cousin The Rock does.
He's carrying on the tradition of being in the new Fast and the Furious movie, too.
Yeah, he is. So
here we go. Here's how it starts. How it ended on Raw. Austin and Rock going at it.
Rock always sells so good for Austin. Chop. Woo! In Greensboro. I bet these chops are getting loud pops there. Oh. Always like the Rock's punches.
Oh, yeah. He's got great punches in there. Not as good as Jeff Jarrett, but pretty good.
Oh, no.
And a thirst press from Stone Cold.
You know what? That's what some people say. I've heard a lot on podcasts nowadays is, the way you're a good character and a good wrestler is if people can mimic you. They can do your punches, your poses, stuff like that.
That's a great
point. If you look
point.
at the roster nowadays, you really can't. Like if you're two little 10-year-old kids pretending to wrestle like you and I used to do, like if you're going to be one guy and another, it's hard to, you can't really tell.
Yeah.
You can stand out, But all these guys right here, there's something they did unique to themselves.
Oh,
look at that.
Move
Rock with the
theft.
death press.
Yeah. And then Rock, the middle fingers for everybody and the elbow.
Oh.
Shane McMahon's going to stop
Earl
that
Hebner's
pinfall.
loving it.
And why does Earl Hebner get to be a ref?
Shane still had bad punches back then.
Never his strong suit.
Should have had Nick Patrick and Earl Hebner.
Look at that side of the crowd.
What was that?
We eats beefaroonie.
Carolina's finest, baby. There's a sign for Booker T right there. 5-time WWE champion.
Yeah, man.
Ooh.
Spinaroonie was over at this time, and the beefaroonie.
Oh, yeah. But seriously, all 10 of these guys, there's some kind of taunt or something they do that you know who it is.
Like,
you know?
If I'm trying to imitate Elias, what would I be doing?
Right.
Like, I mean, I like that guy a lot.
Without talking. Yeah, without talking.
Yeah, in the ring wise.
Yeah. Or, you know, Finn, put your arms up. Like Seth Rollins, what can you do? You know?
Yeah.
Like, you can't do anything to mimic him. You have to tell somebody who you are. Oh, exactly. Flapjack.
There's a match we saw in WCW quite a bit. Chris Jericho and Booker T. And now Chris Jericho and RVD have been feuding. And, you know, a lot of these guys, it's kind of cool. A lot of these guys have been feuding over the past few months.
Yeah.
So they've been intertwined with each other on other pay-per-views and not just on this match.
Oh, yeah. The only one that doesn't make any lick of sense is Big Show.
Right.
But
exactly.
we've established that earlier tonight, you know. So, RVD with a kip up and a hop over.
Who would you put in there besides Big Show? If you could rebook this.
Sorry. I couldn't even get it out.
And then you'd replace Steven Richards over Shane McMahon, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, without question. No, I put Vince in there.
You really put Vince in there?
Yeah, why not? Shane's on the other side.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, if they're going to be involved in everything anyway, why not have him literally in the match?
Yeah.
So, Big Show and Rock switching sides on the outside. Who's going to get tagged next?
What do you think Jericho's tights here?
Better than, they look kind of like a bad game of Tetris.
Dude, I don't really understand those.
I don't understand them, but they do make more sense than his purple ECW tights that they're wearing every week.
Yeah.
Oh.
And RVD.
Jericho missed that.
Oh. Cartwheel, backflip. I thought I was going to do Rolling Thunder.
Me too. Too early in the match.
Yeah, you're right.
There's our pal Chuck in the front row.
Oh, I didn't see him.
With his hand on the guardrail.
Yeah, there he is. He's got a hat on.
Yeah.
He's at every show, dude.
Yeah. RVD with a... Oh, man. Backflip. Monkey flip. Nope. Ooh. Goes
into
for
the lion.
Frankensteiner.
Into the
lion tamer.
Shane making the save every time.
Yeah. Shane. Good old Simba right there, you know?
That's right.
Just like Simba. Oh, man.
Oh, they're going to fight over their pyro now. Booker T and Kane.
And
nope.
Angle tags in.
Yeah, looking into the future. WrestleMania X8.
That's right. It's a few months down the road. Feud starts right here, apparently.
This is
2 weeks beforehand. Like we seem to think it does on TV. Ooh, Kane throws him in the corner. Boom, boom, boom. Lefts, rights. Boom. Oh, man. Oh, he's so furious because he made him tap out a few weeks ago.
That's right.
Yeah. Did Kane ever tap again?
It's pretty rare. Pretty rare to see Kane or Taker ever tap.
Yeah. Oh, that was bad. Ooh. Taker standing on the bottom rope. This is a tag team specialist right there.
Oh, I mean, that's why they picked him for this team.
He's held the belt with 3 of his tag team partners here.
Kane and Rock and
Big Show.
Big Show, you're right. You're exactly right. All 3 of his tag team partners. And Stone Cold on the other side of the ring, too.
Yeah. That's crazy.
It's the most underrated aspect of his character, dude.
It really is. I think people would be surprised if you told them how many tag team championship reigns he has.
And Kane's right there underneath him.
Yeah. Kane's held tag team titles with another man on the other side, which is RVD.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I always like Kane's
and Big Show.
Slam. Yep.
I love his top rope clothesline we're about to see right here.
I do love this, too. Kane's looking a little pasty right now.
I think it's
so good.
He looks in good shape though. He's looking pretty jacked. Shane every time.
Simba,
a little pest in there.
I know, man.
And Rock is livid.
Man, Rock is selling this pretty good. Like it really means something, you know. Oh, Taker with a big slap to get in.
There we go. Taker in the first time.
Boom! Kick to the kidneys on Kurt Angle, the old whipping boy from last year's Survivor Series. Ooh, just a straight punch to the head.
And referee intimidation. There we go.
There it is.
Check that off.
Take a swig.
Undertaker bingo. Take a swig. Man. Elbows in the corner.
Yeah, take a swig.
So what else is on the Undertaker bingo card? We got referee intimidation, fighting before the match starts. What else do you think will be on it? Chokeslam, old school.
Big boot.
Big boot,
like
tombstone, leg drop. He does that a lot.
Yeah, he does. Take a page out of Hogan's book. I say brawling in the crowd.
Brawling in the crowd, for sure.
Dude, look at Dan Severn taking photos, man. Look at Shane, dude. Freaking little, like, his annoying little brother just sliding in, bothering you. The guy in the front row's got a good sign for himself. I guess because he got front row seats. He just put it down, though.
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh. Maybe he was talking about Big Show.
Oh, B&B.
Big Nasty.
Here it is, calling it out. I guarantee the crowd was calling it out there with him. Going for old school. Earl Hebner keeping the Alliance at bay. Nails it.
Man, Booker's such a big dude.
He really is. I think that's an underrated aspect of him.
I know. He's a big guy, man. You put him in the ring with a lot of the guys nowadays, he'd dwarf them. And test his strength.
Oh, well, this is the move we talked about last month. Yeah. He started doing just the little arm where it lifts him up with one hand, kind of gets Booker T all the way
Houston
up there.
Boys right there.
That's right. Oh, look at that transition.
Look at that. Like a true MMA fiend.
Wrenching that arm.
Wrenching the left arm. Working the left side. It's what you always work. If you're in wrestling, you work the left side. Unless you're a southpaw, like William Regal.
Oh, and Booker T reversed it into a pin.
Look at those pleather pants, man.
They look good.
Looking great. He's dropped the American flag on his chest. Shane. Golly. Shane's driving me nuts. Shane's about to blow up right here. He's running around so much. He ain't got in the Austin. Austin and Taker. Two stalwarts.
And think about how many Survivor Series matches Shane's been in over the past few years, too. Isn't that crazy? All these years later. And this match right here, I think, is kind of the prototype for, like, basically the past 5 years of Survivor Series. All of these, the big main event between the two brands with all the big stars. That wasn't always the case. And that's, what we've seen at the past few Survivor Series. Bragging rights, they used to do that. This right here is kind of laying the template for that.
It really is. Because this is more than just, the foreign exchange or whatever versus what was the one we covered? The
foreign fanatics.
Yeah,
and
it's more than just
All Americans.
It's got stakes. It's got story. It's got big names in it. So
we should have been taking a drink every time Shane makes a save.
Oh man, we would make the rest of the match. Goodness gracious, Austin's bumping and feeding. Oh, look. Oh, hits him in the heel corner.
Oh, no. Undertaker's in the wrong side of town. Getting beat on.
I'm just going to hold off all 10 of these guys in his bald spot. Too bad he sold shirts out of his backseat of his truck and he'll never be invited back to the WWF.
Never
He's
say
the best
never.
referee. I'm going to call never on that one.
You think so?
I don't think he'll. Yeah, I really do. I think he soiled it. Angle's got a good working punch for being somebody who's new to the business.
Undertaker's got one too.
Taker.
I'm not sure he's working on those.
No, yeah, those are shoe punches. Oh, neck breaker from Kurt Angle. Oh man.
And he knows about broken necks too.
Freaking necks.
2 count from Kurt Angle.
Oh man.
So far, kind of everybody getting involved here. Everybody getting a chance to shine. But everybody feeling each other out. No eliminations yet.
Right. Has Shane been in officially yet?
I don't think so.
Or just run in. Oh, DDT.
Running in and tagging people.
Here we go.
Yeah, first hot tag sequence of the match here. Everybody on both sides reaching out, wanting to get in. Angle and Undertaker both down.
Who's going to get it? Oh, Taker. He's going to go tag Big Show.
Goes for
right
Big
there.
Show. Man,
yeah.
He bonded with in the desert, coming in like a house of fire.
Oh, man. Big Show. Oh, just ragdolling Kurt Angle.
Wrapping his arms around him like a snakeskin tie.
Exactly. Oh, man. Just throwing him back in that corner.
The straps are down already, bro.
Already.
Not even 10 minutes into this match.
And see ya. Do him across the ring. RVD. Ooh. Eats a clothesline. Big Show is on fire right now.
Woo!
Please don't do that stupid move. Okay. Monkey press or gorilla press. Excuse me.
Oh, man. Dropping RVD like a sack of garbage.
Big tree fall hard, man. RVD is a good seller, too.
Uh-oh. Gonna go for the choke slam. Kurt Angle blocks it.
Oh, no.
And a huge Olympic slam from Kurt Angle on the Big Show.
Olympic slam. Crowd's cheering, kind of? I don't know. Booker T tags in.
I think that's Freddie Mercury out there taking pictures. I don't know who's dancing.
Yeah. I think it is. Oh. Here it goes.
Oh, the beefaroonie.
Oh. I'm sure JR is crapping on that right now. Booker almost falls over and celebrates.
It was a huge one.
RVD's asking for a tag. Here it goes. 7-star frog splash in Tokyo.
And it's going to take, looks like it's going to take multiple finishers here to put the Big Show away.
Man.
As Shane finally tags in, hits an elbow drop halfway across the ring.
Tagging Austin. Let Austin jump off top rope.
Wow.
1, 2, 3. And his
Shane
teammates don't help him.
First elimination. Well, they helped him giving a scissor kick and a 5-star frog splash, you could say.
Oh, I mean, Big Show's teammates don't help.
That's true, yeah.
Kick off. Uh-oh, Shane. Turn around.
Shane selling the fear great as The Rock unloads.
Did you see how distraught Albert was that Big Show got taken out?
Yeah.
He was upset.
It's 5-on-4 now for the Alliance, but I don't think for long here. As looks like Rock, well, I thought he was going to load up the people's elbow, but tag in old Kane.
Tag in the Canaanite. Rock's looking lean here too, man.
He really is.
If you look back at his run, he has gone up and down and up and down. And, I mean, the guy he is now just a genetic freak. Oh, choke slam.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man. That's
nearly
bad
puts
news.
him through the ring. Oh, yep. Brother.
Oh, good brother. Tag. Oh, no. This is not going to be good. Look at that swagger the Taker has.
And this, looking forward maybe 16 years to WrestleMania. Who would have ever thought those guys would fight all that time later in a Hell in a Cell of all things? Oh, are you kidding me?
Oh, are you serious right now? Tombstone. The crowd is on their feet. Oh,
no hands. Shane. Look, Ma.
No hands. Thumbs down. Boom. Oh, yikes. That was a really rough one.
Undertaker busting out the tombstone for the first time in ages to bury Shane McMahon.
Jericho to Lion Salt.
He actually hits the Lion Salt. Undertaker guards the way, and Shane McMahon is decimated here to even things up. Wow.
Funaki's excited.
That was a great sequence, man.
That was awesome. I loved that. There. Dude, I cannot believe he just did the tombstone. I forgot about that.
No hands, too. That was awesome.
Just no hands, thumbs down. Jericho and Angle, man, these guys got it going on right there.
Yep.
I wish these guys had more interactions. Oh, butterfly suplex. Oh, backbreaker. Oh, love it.
I'd love to see those guys go at it now. I think they could still put on a killer match. It'd be totally different, but it'd be fun to see them go at it nowadays.
Yep. Well, too bad we won't get to see that for at least 3 years. It's like Chris.
Shane being carried out of the arena.
She's limp little ragdoll. Oh, Booker with another one? Go for a body slam, scoop slam, whatever you call that. Oh, 2 wasn't enough. The 3 amigos here.
Rolling body slams.
Yeah, I knew that.
Never seen that before.
No. Booker's intense. That guy scares me.
Picture perfect knee drop right there.
Look at that hand.
Handing out the tag to Rob Van Dam.
Again, back in. Hot tags, man. Quick tags over there in the heel corner. Look at this replay of Undertaker. Thumbs down.
Oh, man.
Suck. Boom. Breaking. Oh, my golly. He just broke Shane's neck.
Ooh, Tommy Dreamer felt that one.
Tommy. Raven in the background.
A few of those guys we will never see again.
Yep. Oh, we'll see Tommy again though.
Well, we will. Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he'll get a taste of the Travis White special, the Alex Torrio dip cup special,
the French dip.
Wee. Tag to Kane. Kane and RVD. Oh, punch. Ooh. Oh man, RVD. Woo. Spaghetti legs. Big boot. That's a very, very famous move in this match.
Yeah, it's not as powerful as Test though.
Nope. Test is loaded. Looks like K-Dog in the front row as well there.
Keeping it 100.
Exactly. RVD, man, on the back leg. Oh, test of strength.
Catches these hands.
Oh. Ooh, high kick to the right ear. RVD.
What do you think of RVD's attire here? What do you think of this?
Well, it looks better on him than it did Ryback.
Do you have a favorite RVD singlet?
I really like the pink, and it's like pink, black, and yellow, like dragon one he had. It was probably my favorite one. So he had a red and black one he wears sometimes. So I like that just because of Georgia Bulldogs. But I do like it. There's like a pink, yellow, and black one. It was like it had a dragon on it. That was one of my favorites.
I know which one you're talking about.
Spinning heel kick.
Up to the top again. Another 5-star, perhaps. Second time in this match, unloads it on Kane. Beautiful every time.
And the way he sells, that it hurts him is phenomenal.
Oh, well, it
Kane goozles him.
Didn't hurt Kane enough. He gets right up with a chokeslam, but Booker T making the save. And Undertaker in there. Oh.
Here it goes. Pier 6 brawl. It's breaking down.
Everybody in there. Everybody to the outside except RVD and Kane, the legal men.
RVD about the 5-star just standing opponent. Nope. Oh.
Kick to the face off the top, and that's going to put Kane out of the match. Wow. The Alliance takes over again as we see Christian and Jazz and Stephanie celebrating in the back.
Billy Kidman shaking his water bottle in excitement.
Now,
One time that guy was married to Tori Wilson.
Yeah, what happened?
What happened when? I don't know. All right, Taker must be the legal man now, I guess.
He is, yeah. He's unloading on Booker T, Stone Cold, RVD, and now Kurt Angle. He's got every guy in the corner doing what he said he did on SmackDown. He's going to put one guy over here, one guy over there, and just do what he does best. Clotheslines
running
in all 4 corners. This is why we do the podcast about the dead man.
Full post massacre right there, baby.
Over the top. RVD over the top.
Oh.
Get you some, Kurt Angle.
Get some, Kurt.
Not again. Oh no.
Oh no.
Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes. You know why that move's called Snake Eyes? Big boot.
Why is it called that?
Because Vinny Vegas did it.
There you go.
WCW.
The innovator of offense, Kevin Nash.
Yeah, said no one ever. Look at this. Here he goes. Last ride powerbomb.
Oh, man.
Booker T's bringing in a little...
Give him the wedgie.
Chair.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, big boot to Booker.
Booker down. Stone Cold Stunner. But he's not the legal man. No. Come on. What are you doing here? Earl Hebner, how can you allow this? Unbelievable.
1, 2.
And that's it.
Oh, no.
That does it for the dead man.
Brooklyn Brawler can't believe it.
I can't either. I'm with Steve Lombardi here.
I'm with Puddle of Mud.
I'm going to get you a t-shirt that says that.
Everything's so blurry.
Oh, stop. I'm going to hang up. You got this one on your own. You got to do the rest on your own. Wow. So the Alliance goes up 3-2 or 4-2 now.
4-2.
Taking out the Brothers of Destruction right there. Bang, bang.
And Cactus Jack.
Oh, no. He was gone. He was already gone. Wow, dude. They let Undertaker run wild there, but yeah. Unbelievable. That was Earl Hebner's fault. I blame him.
Yeah.
He's right there. He should have seen Stone Cold illegally making that stunner.
Well, he's too busy being distracted by that chair.
Hebner screwed Taker.
Yep. So we got 4-on-2.
Yeah, we got Kurt Angle, RVD, Stone Cold, and Booker T left against just The Rock and Jericho and Man, things could not look worse for the WWF because Rock and Jericho just are not on the same page.
That's some good storytelling right there. Oh, good DDT. Shoulders not down, by the way. Sorry.
Not at all. Got a 1 count. That's what it should have been.
Yeah, got a half count. Oh, Earl Hebner just literally pushed RVD out of the ring.
Not his finest night, man.
No. No, you got, boy? No, Jericho's hugging onto the ring post.
Was that you?
No. The sign on the front row said first row virgins. I guess this is their first time in the first row. Golly, Freddie Mercury is tall, man, on the outside. Booker.
Samoan drop.
Oh. Nia Jax special.
First
Austin with the save.
Why would you advertise that?
Yeah. I'm hoping it's because they're first time in the first row.
The Rock and Booker T.
The People's Champion. And Booker T.
Booker T saying, don't hate the player, hate the game.
I wish the game was in this match. Oh. Man,
I think it's the roll-up. Booker T eliminated. Farouk very happy about that. Raven very upset.
Who was that raising the roof over there? I think it was Crash Holly. Imagine if Triple H could have come back in time for this. That would have been awesome.
That would have really took things over the top, man. Could have taken Big Show's spot.
Yeah, he goes back in 2 months.
Yep.
Like, golly. So much could have
Or if he'd have just been around for any of this stuff, man.
Yeah, literally.
It would have been a different story.
Who knows? He might have switched. Gone back to Terror Rising.
He could have. Jean-Paul Levesque.
Jean-Pierre Lafitte. Yeah, Jean-Paul Levesque.
Oh, I've never seen that before.
Single arm powerbomb. Off. Ooh, that was good. That sign say, "Hey, idiot, we love you." That girl's not impressed over Jericho's shoulder. Did you see her? She was like angry. She's
not into this match.
Look at that girl. She is mad.
She's upset Undertaker got eliminated so early.
She thought she was coming to see some Jim Crockett promotions.
Rock makes the hot tag to Jericho. Oh, but he blocks RVD from making the tag. Dropkick right to the back of the neck.
That's what they say nowadays. Nobody hits anybody in the head. It's the back of the neck. Jericho. Oh, shoulder block.
A neck breaker.
Ooh, that's a wily one. 1, 2 count only.
Not gonna die. Not gonna die.
Not gonna do it. Woo! I'm sure the crowd is wooing right there. It would be. Some nice ladies in the front row with blonde hair checking out on the hard cam side. Oh, I love Jericho's face buster.
RVD on that one.
RVD took that the best out of anybody. Oh, Jericho's going to kill him if he landed that.
Great sequence between these guys.
Yeah.
Jericho calling spots right there.
Yep. Thanks a lot, Kevin Dunn, for the close-up. Split-legged moonsault.
Man, one of my favorite moves.
One time Naomi lost the tag team or lost the women's title because of that move.
That's right.
Jericho with the stroke. Jeff Jarrett.
That's going to put RVD away with the stroke. I'm as confused as Tommy Dreamer was right there.
I'm as confused as Billy Kidman was. The shoulder shrug. What did Jericho call that? The breakdown or something?
I think you're right. Yeah, he didn't use it for very long. He tried to bring that back.
Yeah. Yeah, he used it for a hot minute here. Dude, when he was feuding with Rock.
I was watching Superstars the other morning, some old Superstars, because I can't get enough of that show on the network. And
Rock.
Virgil finished somebody with a Russian leg sweep. Just a straight Russian leg sweep. Pinned somebody off of that. I laughed out loud when I was watching that.
That's amazing. Can you imagine if that happened now? The crowd was like, boo. All right, so we got Angle with Jericho in a side headlock. Austin replay. Oh, does our favorite move. The old, I don't know what that thing's called, the teeter-totter toss into the ring post. I did it to my son on a nightly basis.
We incorporated that into every backyard match we ever had.
No, absolutely. But
I tell you what, man.
Oh, this crowd's...
What's that? What'd you say?
I was saying the crowd's really chanting for whoever's sleeping on the outside there.
They are.
I think it's Rock.
Austin and Rock. But the crowd's into it, and this is a good match, but look at who's in here. You got Rock, Jericho, Angle, and Austin representing the WWF versus the WCW. And that's the problem we've illustrated this entire time. And the alliance of WCW and ECW is represented by Steve Austin and Kurt Angle. And you can make the stretch of Stone Cold being in WCW and ECW, but it's just he's a WWF guy. He always has been, always will be, and that's why this whole storyline just gets remembered as crappily as it was, because you can point to this right here.
And Kurt Angle is so anti-ECW because he's the one that was going to go work there, then he quit because they did the crucifixion angle and he was in the front row.
Great point. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how un-ECW he was. Rock is cheering.
But you can't fault what's happening in the ring, man. This is a hot match.
No, it's good
except
stuff.
for this.
Oh.
Spoke too soon.
Oh, no. Oh, wow.
Malfunction at the junction, man.
Well, that was ugly. And you know Austin calls all his matches, so whatever he said, Jericho just misunderstood, basically. So, tag to Angle, because Austin will tell you he can't hear a lick, so he has to call spots. He tells that story on his podcast about somebody calling spots with him, and the guy in the front row finally yelled it out to him. Like, he said top down drop, tackle drop down. When you can't hear that so bad that the guy in the front row yells a spot at you, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, you got a problem.
What? That's why he says what all the time.
Exactly. It's real life.
Angle taking it to Jericho on the bottom rope. You don't see the bottom rope used like that a lot.
That's don't, no. Pretty rare.
Ooh. Very rare. Look at that heelish pin with the wrist right across the forearm, across the forehead.
So we're at 2:17,
Ooh, ankle lock
6, 7 here. This is, ankle lock, stealing the finishers here. We still got a good 10, 20 minutes or so of this match. Left. Yeah, just about, almost.
And these four guys are left, so they got the dead weight out early, I guess.
I guess.
Unfortunately, Taker's classified as dead weight, I guess.
Yeah.
It sucks. Because he was the only one taking this thing seriously. Man, I tell you what, man. The scoop slam has been the move of the match.
It's been a favorite of these guys, yeah. And beautiful suplex there from Stone Cold. As he goes, there's no way you can hit this.
He's like 3/4 away across the ring.
Way too far away. He realized it.
Dude, that was Kevin Owens stuff right there. He just got up in the middle row, teased it, and said,
Nope.
And got down. Walked over there and kicked him.
Too far away.
He would have broken his knees. Oh.
Well, dude,
awesome.
You know what's not too far away from me is earlier this week, I drove by the old WCW headquarters in Smyrna, Georgia. They give out the address in the Nitro book. I can't remember the guy's name, but you gave it to me for Christmas. Guy Evans, yeah. Nitro, Rise and Fall in WCW. I'm almost done with it, but it has the address on there, and it's in Smyrna, Georgia, which is where I live. And so as I was driving around the other day, I just put the address in my GPS and drove over there, and it's just an office complex now. I think it's like a construction company or something in there, but it's just funny, man. Just driving by history. It's right there over by my house now. I had to go see what it looked like.
Isn't that crazy? That's awesome. Didn't have a WW1 limo outside.
No, man, I should have knocked on the door, see if I could look through the closets or something.
Yeah. They said what?
They told me to kindly leave.
Yes. Here we go. Bringing the match down a little bit, getting the crowd into it. Austin's got Jericho on the side headlock on the ground. Man, these dudes in the front row are loving The Rock. They're just like talking to him like they're best friends. That person's excited to be on television in the background.
Oh, and I listened to Bischoff's show this week where he's answering questions, and he gives a shout out to the Longhorn Steakhouse in Mableton, Georgia, which I have also eaten at a number of times.
Yeah.
It's also right down the street from where I used to live.
You lived there in Mapleton.
Mapleton, Georgia is literally nothing. It is 30 minutes outside of Atlanta. It's basically where Six Flags Over Georgia is, if anyone out there has any idea where that is. But it's nothing. So to hear Eric Bischoff give it a shout out, I gave it a huge pop in my car.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty funny. I was meaning to ask you if you'd eaten there. Rock, man.
I have, yeah.
Ready for the hot dog. Oh, got it.
Rock and Angle.
Boom.
Slapping him across the face.
Yep. Open hand slaps, man.
I love that
reverse.
Belly to belly that Rock does. I always love seeing that.
Just that belly toss. Yeah, it's great.
And Dragon Screw.
Ooh, Dragon Screw into the Scorpion King Deathlock.
Oh, I love it. He's actually got it locked in pretty good here. Sometimes it looks like crap, but there you go. Kurt Angle tapping out.
Angle just tapped out the Scorpion King Deathlock. Oh.
So now,
I think Shivani called it the Scorpion King Deathlock on his podcast. So.
For the first time, WWF has the advantage here. 2-on-1 against Austin. Stone Cold, the leader of the Alliance, is all that's left to try to keep the Alliance alive. Chris Jericho crossbody, Stone Cold rolls through. Oh, that's not going to do it.
I thought that was it. There's still like 45 minutes left in this match, so we got a lot to go. Oh. Austin about to get put in the walls of Jericho. See if he can counter out here. I bet. Ooh, he must do the thumb of the eye.
Interestingly enough, these last four guys that were in the ring, they're going to be the four guys that compete at Vengeance next month.
Yes, they are.
Title Undisputed Championship little tournament. Stone Cold
is bleeding.
He is. He's going for the walls of Jericho there. Jericho rolls out of it.
Why is he bleeding from the mouth?
Open. Yeah, that was hard way, man.
Oh, yeah.
A little $1 million man right there.
Yep. Jericho Lion Salt.
Nope.
Oh, does not connect. Knees up. Bad knees. Really bad knees up. One.
Jericho hits
if
that.
If he'd have won off of that, that'd be crazy.
That would have been hilarious. He hits that Lion Salt about as many times as Ric Flair hits a move off the top rope.
Yep. Now, in WCW, he hit it all the time. But for some reason, in WWF, he hits it, it's about 50-50. And it used to be a finisher in WCW. And sometimes it was a finisher in WWF. You just never knew.
Occasionally, yep.
Yeah.
Which is good. I mean, I like when guys have multiple finishers and you could do different stuff like that. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Like the stroke. Ooh, pushing Austin off.
I think somebody did that in the Elimination Chamber this past night. They used, maybe it was Kofi. I can't remember. They used something they didn't normally use as a finisher. I don't remember. I thought I saw something like that.
I'm sure. I've seen so much wrestling the past 3 days. I can't remember. I can't remember a move from a move. Man, I love when Jericho reversed that like that. Oh, man. Austin just rolled him up, sitting on his head, gave him a pink eye.
He probably ripped one on him right there, too.
He just gave him the pink eye.
And that eliminated. That was it. That was 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now it's down to Rock and Austin.
There you go.
Jericho is flabbergasted. Cannot believe he just got pink eye and got pinned at the same time. Kicking the bottom rope. He's so angry.
Spine on the pine. And oh no. Stroke me. Stroke me.
Oh, Jericho just gave the breakdown to the Rock. Just gave the Rock a stroke. He's so mad.
Harvey Whippleman is pissed off.
Wow. Big Show's already back in the locker room watching. So is Kane.
He's all showered up, dude.
Yeah.
Hit the bricks, kid.
Green Lantern.
Ah, yeah, for the Hurricane.
Yeah.
Austin's slow to make that 3 count. I ain't gonna do it, buddy.
1. Ooh.
Jericho's shocked, though.
Somebody's got to get Freddie Mercury in the ring. He is a Goliath.
Uh-oh.
No, sir.
Dead
Taker
man
comes
walking.
out and stops it.
I love
Taker,
this.
the conscience of a WWE.
That's right, man. He's not going to let Chris Jericho ruin this, let his personal matters get into everything. And they teased this. They foreshadowed this on Raw and everything. That's some good storytelling.
That's good storytelling right there, man. Good storytelling. Earl Hebner needs a sweat rag. He is pouring sweat. He's been running for 40 minutes. The crowd is just, look at him.
If you think about it, he's been in the ring longer than anybody tonight.
Yeah.
He's never got to tag out to anybody. That's a great point.
Exactly.
He's the real
Iron Man.
That's right, dude. Rocking
for
Austin.
Space.
Yeah.
Giving each other some spots.
Telling each other how the rest of this match is going to go. It's funny, dude. I never used to notice that stuff as a kid, but now I can't help but notice it. Like, now that I see it. Yeah, man.
Same here. Isn't it hilarious that, like, Rock never got a one-on-one pinfall victory over Austin on pay-per-view until their last match?
That's incredible. Yeah.
That's great. That's like Raven, Tommy Dreamer.
Right. Yeah.
Stuff. Rock firing back. What do you think of Rock's tights here with the red bull on it and stuff?
I like those. I'm a fan of those.
I like the ones he had with the gold.
Yeah.
Ooh, he just, like, for a shoot, hit his calf on the corner of the table.
That's why those boots are a terrible idea. The calf is exposed, man.
There's Austin asking for a time cue from Earl Hebner. Good heavens, how much time we got left.
What's the tizime?
Yeah, what's the tizime, brother? And it wouldn't be a pay-per-view without a head to the announce table.
Speaking of tizime, did you hear that making a Hulk Hogan movie with Chris Hemsworth?
Yeah, I saw that.
Can't wait for that, brother.
Oh, cannot wait. I hope he's as hilarious as he is in Ragnarok in that movie.
Oh, yeah, he can pull it off. I hope he commits to it and shaves his head into the Hulk Hogan haircut.
Oh, me too. Oh, man. Guy in an all denim outfit there. Oh, head to the ring post. It's so nice to see ring post and not an LED giant light board.
Yeah,
ring post.
You know, it's cool what they can do with their technology nowadays, but sometimes it is a little too much.
Yeah. I'm sorry, what were you going to say? Chuck Norris is running the ropes on the outside. He's got the cables in his hand.
Going to the Spanish table, going all out here. Both guys fighting for everything. I was going to say, who would you have play Stone Cold in the movie about Stone Cold?
Will Sasso.
Of course.
Probably that guy in the audience right there, the Vince staff. Did you see that guy? The yellow bald guy?
He'd work, yeah.
Oh, Austin's angry. I don't know. Who would you think?
Jason Statham.
Christian Bale could probably do it.
He could do anything. He could do anybody. Yeah, you're right. I'd have Christian Bale do The Undertaker.
Absolutely. And Spike Dudley.
Dude, now I need to see Christian Bale as in the story of The Undertaker. Oh my God. I need that in my life.
He's a method actor. He'll probably grow 5 inches. Gain 140 pounds. Ooh, I love the spine buster by Austin when he started doing it in this area. Oh, here we go.
Now his own sharpshooter.
Sharpshooter.
Man, he did it before Rock ever did.
Yeah, he did. Echoing back to his feud with Bret Hart 4 years ago, 5 years ago. Like, it was Survivor Series 96, wasn't it? 5 years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Isn't it nice not to see people taking selfies and stuff in the audience, too?
It's a totally different look, man. That's why people don't bring signs anymore, because you can't hold a phone and a sign at the same time.
Exactly. That dude just took a camera flash, like an actual camera. Our buddy Chuck in the front row there took a picture with an actual camera.
It's a sloppy-looking sharpshooter.
It looks real bad. They're gassed, though, man.
They are, dude. Not as gassed as Hebner, but they are. They've been in there for a long time. Here we are. Maybe the greatest rivalry in WWF history right here.
Earl Hebner and Stone Cold.
That's it.
Yeah, Rock and Austin, man. This is, I mean, I know you got Hogan Andre stuff, but I guess for our age, we're a little bit young for that. So this is it for us, man.
I mean, and it
Rock and
does.
Austin.
It plays in great to WrestleMania from last year, but that's not what I wanted out of this. I wanted it to be WCW and WWF, and it's just frustrating. As Rock gets a sharpshooter in it, it's all about the sharpshooter, man.
I'm gonna call that a slop shooter. Look at that thing.
It's terrible.
That's like a Natalia one. Natalia is the nephew of Bret Hart, and she puts the wrong leg over the other leg.
Oh, I thought you said
insane.
I thought you said it was an Italian one.
It looks like an Italian one. Yeah, no, Natalia, not Hart.
Are they known for sloppy sharpshooters?
Slop shooters, man.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Austin's about to die on the WWF title there. Oh, Rock just spit like a million miles across the ring.
Like, that can't possibly hurt anyone.
No, it's going to hurt his ankles. Let Ricky Choshu get in there and Stinger show you how it's done. Oh, yeah. God bless America sign right there. Big fans of the American BA.
Absolutely. These guys landed all out, giving everything they got here. And Austin with a Death Valley shot there.
If we just panned the crowd and said, what state do you think we're in? Would you guess North Carolina?
It'd be in the top 3 right here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh-oh.
Oh, stunner. Oh.
Rock reverses. We've seen a bunch of people flipping finishers here. And what the heck? There's old Nicky Patrick out there right now.
There's Nicholas. Right there.
What does he think he's doing?
It's out of control. Austin, close up of his bloody mouth.
His goatee was starting to get out of control this time.
It was.
Starting to get Neidhart levels of goatee.
Ooh.
Are you kidding me?
Another great feud in WWF.
One of the best matches I've ever seen.
You know what? That's a bookend for the inaugural Brawl.
That's right.
And this, though. Look at that. I'm a WCW referee.
Well,
this is my...
I'm the Rock.
Powers. Rock bottom. Oh, he didn't even go down. That was like a Samoa Joe urinati right there.
Pretty
man.
nice looking there from Stone Cold.
1, 2.
Rock ain't going down like that.
Kenny Powers, the upset. Nick Patrick is the biggest referee there's ever been. He's like Big John McCarthy from the UFC.
He's huge.
He's so big.
Yeah, he's about to...
Oh, Austin is mad.
One more beat down for Nick Patrick here.
He put both his hands straight in the air when he hit a back bump. That was perfect.
Austin's so mad he's going to get Hebner again.
Yeah. That's his boy, though.
Baby Earl going down. Turn around, Austin. Nope. Stone Cold Stunner.
Stunner. Goodness gracious.
He nailed him with it, but there's no ref anywhere. Hebner's out. Patrick's out. Where's Charles Robinson sprinting down when you need him?
There's little Nage. Wake him up. Wake him up. Come on.
Wait a minute.
Hey, why is he so... Uh-oh. Kurt Angle's coming down
Angle.
to make the ref count, I guess. Grabs the WWF title.
What?
Boom!
Kurt Angle turns on Stone Cold. Benedict Angle.
Benedict Cumberbatch Angle. He is turned twice in 3 weeks.
And the WWF lays the alliance to rest. Albert and Edge embrace like passionate lovers in the night. Sean Stasiak is out of a job.
But he's not out of veins. Goodness gracious.
Chuck Palumbo has already joined the WWF somehow.
Was he already in there?
He's in the WWF locker room.
Was he?
He was. And Paul Heyman is flabbergasted.
He immediately joined the WWF. As they lost.
He knew his bread was buttered.
Oh, man. I'm Steph overacting. My whole livelihood. Look at that. Bye-bye, Alliance. Sign. You know, Vince is excited in the backstage.
Lillian Garcia gets to keep a job. The Rock
Howard Finkel is just high-fiving guys at the announce table. You see that? That is some true character work. That's right great. There. Finkel just high-fives this guy.
You gotta love the Fink.
Table. The Fink says...
So Kurt Angle...
And Jim Crockett Promotions' hometown is celebrating because the WWF is in business.
Bye-bye, Alliance. R.I.P.
Yeah. Oh,
clean-shaven Saturn. Did you see that?
he looks awful.
Oh,
yeah.
my goodness. There we go, man. Kurt Angle, it was all a ruse. He was never really in the Alliance. He was a mole. He was a plant. Came in there to screw them over here at the end. Vince McMahon outsmarted the Alliance.
Yet, somehow, he's going to be a heel next night. And Austin's going to be the biggest babyface in the company.
We're going to get into that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or next week. But, yeah.
Look at that. Replayed. 1, 2, 3.
Earl Hebner. There's Teddy Long right there in the ref outfit. Scotty
Jackie. Yeah, Chucky P's in the background. Somebody's crying. Is that Whippleman? That's Whippleman.
Tears of joy running down his face. Coach back there, I believe.
Oh.
DDP, just incredible. Heartbroken, devastated. Stacy Keibler will never see her again. How terrible.
Yeah. Fortunately, storyline-wise, we see literally all those people.
Oh, yeah. Thank goodness.
There's Vince.
That Duchess of Dudleyville outfit does it for me every time.
Vince is out there raising his arms. He's got a Dwight Schrute special on, but he is raw and doing his best Hulk Hogan impersonation.
What if he ripped his shirt off like Hogan right there?
Oh,
he ripped his jacket off.
Slammed it down. He's about to tear a quad.
Yeah, they're just up there celebrating. As the show goes off the air with Vince McMahon standing tall because it's all about the McMahons.
Exactly.
As we talked about earlier. But there you go, man. What do you think of that match, Travis, as the end all be all of all this Alliance crap?
Well, I think it doesn't make any sense. We've covered that for, how the storyline played out, but as far as a match goes, that was fun. That was good stuff. Good storytelling, good psychology, everything made sense. Yeah, but what a way to limp to the end of this Alliance storyline, But that's the final nail in the coffin, man. There it goes.
There it is. We just covered it. We've blown through it. It's been a wild ride here over the past few weeks. I enjoyed it too, man. I thought it was a really fun match. I hope you guys out there, all you creatures of the night, enjoyed our commentary on it. We tried to have some fun out there, giving a different perspective on that match. And funny enough, dude, can you believe this, Travis? That was the last time we'll ever see Undertaker in a Survivor Series match. Right there.
Oh, man, seriously?
That was it.
Dang.
Still,
we're done.
Up to now. Career's not over yet. We could see something more. But we want to hear from your thoughts on this one, on this end of the Alliance, the end of the Undertaker and traditional Survivor Series matches. Hit us up on social media at Talking Taker on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We love to hear everybody's thoughts. We got some good feedback from you guys on Twitter on this one. People remembering, just the last images of WCW being all about Austin and The Rock and all of that silliness in there. But we'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Give us a follow there. Follow the podcast on your favorite podcasting service and app. Subscribe to it so you can get it delivered and downloaded as soon as it comes out every single week. It really helps us boost the numbers and continue the podcast to grow. And obviously the best thing you guys can do is keep listening and spread the word. Share the word.
No, I want to shout out D'Lo Hoop. She was at Smackdown this past week. Signed on tape and rocking a Take Her Easy t-shirt. So thank you so much to Laura Super for being there. One of our big fans. So yeah, it's awesome to see her there doing that.
Very, very cool, man. You're not going to get a better shirt anywhere in the world over at tpublic.com. Better than any shirts you can get at the event, So pick us out, help support the show. And I want to give a shout out to the Downturn podcast for replying to us and letting us know what they thought of this match. Shout out to @Aaron Pavis for replying to us and for sharing them. They were enjoying the show, just digging into it and digging through the archives there. So thank you, Aaron, for shouting us out. And of course, shout outs as always to the Bottom Line Wrestling Podcast. They are right in the middle of Austin's hottest period. They just covered WrestleMania 14 and Stone Cold's title win there.
Nice.
So great time to jump into what they're doing as they're going through the career of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Thanks to Mike and JV for giving us shout-outs there all the time. And yeah, man, next week we will finally move on from the Alliance. We will keep rolling on to the last ride. And we're going to cover a match I know a lot of people have been waiting for. I am very, very excited to cover this one, Travis. A real departure for The Undertaker as he takes on Rob Van Dam for the Hardcore Championship as we close out 2001. And not only that, we got to talk about Big Evil, going evil, heel turn of The Undertaker here, man. So much to dig into next week.
Yeah, the conscience of WWF we saw here on this show, and then we'll see what happens next week. But isn't it weird it's going to be another Alliance guy, even though technically the Alliance is dead?
Yep.
So basically Taker has feuded with the Alliance since June. So
exactly.
For 6 months, he's fought the Alliance on pay-per-view.
They can't escape it, man, as he goes up against RVD. And I don't know, man, you'd think this would be a real styles clash, but it turns into quite the fun, memorable matchup here.
Yeah. I can't wait, man. I'm looking forward to it. So, change of pace, too. For something exciting to look forward to. But, anyway. Yeah, man. If you guys were there, if you were at Greensboro Coliseum, if you had been there for any NWA or Jim Crockett, and then you were there for the death of it here, that would be cool to know. If you were there...
If you had the Beefaroonie sign in the crowd.
Yeah. Oh, we eat Beefaroonie. If that was you.
Any of these great
so
signs.
much free stuff for you. We have copious amounts of free things for you.
We have tons of Beefaroonie to send out to you.
Hit this up. Oh, yeah, this stuff has a shelf life for like 3 decades.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You'll be alright.
It'll be fine.
I mean, just ignore the botulism inside the can. Don't worry about it. But anyway, in all seriousness, if you guys were there, we want to hear from you. Thanks for going on this wild ride with the invasion with us, and like I said, we're going to hit it from something else different next week and keep rolling to the end. So looking forward to a new chapter in the Undertaker story here. So he's going to get Big Evil, and other than that, ladies and gentlemen, take her easy.
You remember that old rock band called Boston? Rock and roll? Boston, you remember the band? Well, I don't remember the words to their songs right now, so I'll sing you a little favorite that my dad used to sing to me back when I was a kid. I'm going to sing it to you to make things between us a little less tense. Also, songs go out to a little boy there in San Antonio, Texas with a busted leg. Little Jimmy Barris, this song's for you too. It goes a little like this. Hopeless, let's clear things up between you and me. Delta Dawn, what's that flower you have on? Could it be a faded rose from days gone by? And did I hear you say he was meeting you here today? Take you to his mansion in the sky. That make you feel better? Lark appreciates you trying to ease attention. Appreciates that. He appreciates entertainment. How about the Rock sing a song to you? You're from Texas? You like that country music? Here you go. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. That make you feel any better? I feel like crap.